Yo, salute everybody in the building. I appreciate y'all. It's about to go down, y'all. You are now rocking with the best. You are now rocking with the best. This what y'all waited for, huh? You are now rocking with the best. This what you wanted. This what y'all was waiting for, huh? Yo, Louis V, I see you in the building. Another day alive, another day free. Yo, Thomas, I see you already locked and loaded, baby. FTC Vice Plug, man, I see you in the building. Your FTC Vice Plug, they tried to pawn bomb me last night using your damn screens. I mean, your avatar, baby. That's why I tell y'all more than welcome to pull up to the stage anytime y'all want to. When y'all get up on this stage, y'all do not have to show your face. But before you get up on this stage, it's mandatory or you will not be allowed on the stage. You have to show me your face. Aqua, I see you in the building, baby. Love you. Magnificent Mecca, I see you in the building. New York Nikki, I see you in the building. So Divine, I see you in the building. New York Nikki, I see you in the building. You go, girl. Word up, y'all. Damn, it's 10 of us in the building already, man. Word up. How y'all doing, man? Let's talk. How y'all doing? Salute. Salute to everybody in the building, man. For real, salute to everybody in the building. They trying to give us pneumonia down here in the South. It's 81 fucking degrees down here, y'all. They got the heat on. Slavery down this motherfucker, yo. I seen Kunta Kinte playing spades with Chicken George earlier. I was in my aunt yard. I swear to God, I seen Kunta Kinte playing spades with Chicken George, y'all. Sir Valentino, salute. I see y'all pulling up. This is the one y'all was waiting for, man. This is the one I was waiting for. Y'all was waiting for. I hear it snowing up there in New York. God damn it. It's 81, 82 degrees down here, y'all. That's a fact. I told you, Qua. It's beautiful down here, but that's that pneumonia weather. This shit is crazy. One day it's hot. One day it's cold. One day you got a jacket on. One day you out here. I was out here with a t-shirt on today, y'all. I switched up when I came to the crib, took a shower, put this on, but I had a wife beat, another white beat on earlier. I had a white one on earlier. That cold shit, I couldn't deal with that shit. That's why I had to get the fuck from up there. We're going to wait for some more people to pull up in the building. Hollywood, salute. I see you in the building. We got 14 in the building, y'all. Right now, before y'all get into anything, hit that like button. I went through a situation last night, y'all. So I'm going to say this from now on before I start my lives. Lucifer, up in the morning, I'm going to chase you out of here. Yeah, I had to say that. Lord, I had to say that. Them niggas tried to pawn bomb me yesterday, y'all. This shit is fucking crazy. Like, who wakes up in the morning to pawn bomb somebody? That's some mental shit, y'all. That's why I be praying for people, man. Y'all think I be joking. That's why I be praying for people. You see what they're saying, man? Hit that like button and subscribe. And if y'all, it's the first time y'all coming over here and subscribing to this channel, man, hit the bell notification, man. Tell a friend and tell a friend. That's the only way we gonna win, y'all. So Divine, this shit is sad. Like, all jokes aside, this shit is sad. So Divine, I'm sitting up here chilling. We having a good vibe last night. Everybody chilling. No beef or nothing like that. And then, let me tell you something. This is why I know it's somebody that knows me. Just like it was somebody that knows the Dread El Compa. Shout out to the Dread El Compa because I paid attention to something. Whoever pawn bombed the Dread El Compa yesterday used somebody that they know is in frequent conversation with the Dread, which is my man, Seven Guard. Shout out to Seven Guard. City Bam, I see you in the building. So look how sick, and I hope the person that did that is watching this because I pray for you, man. Whoever it is, male or female, whoever this is that's doing this, how sick can you be that you sit up in a house and you watch somebody and observe them, and then you take pictures of people that's supporting their platform, and then you try to disguise yourself with these people, and then when you pull up on the platform, you're playing a porno. That's some real sick shit, y'all. I was going to say something crazy like your mother should have swallowed you or something like that. But tell you the truth, no, you should be here in the world because the things that you're doing, especially that, shows that you've done some more wicked stuff in this world and God has a plan for you. That's right. You should have been born. You should have been born to go through everything you're going to go through because you're probably sitting up in a house with somebody that don't love you. Matter of fact, you're probably so fucked up as a person, you can't get nobody to love you. And the only thing you can have in your home is a dog or a cat or a goldfish. You might not can't even fuck with a damn goldfish. For real. For real. Like, think about that, y'all. Like, really think about what I'm saying, y'all. I wish I knew who did that. I wouldn't report them or nothing like that. I ain't no rat, but I make them. I call them and have a phone call with them. Like I really get into their mind and be like, what's going on that you feel as though you should do something like that? Hold on. Yeah, I had to breathe for a minute, y'all. Forgive me. I almost got into one of my moments. What's up with you? You land the damn goldfish? Yeah. Yeah, motherfuckers, they so mean, motherfucker. These motherfuckers so mean, they can't even get a pet like a cat or a dog or a hamster or a gerbil or a parakeet. They got to get a motherfucking goldfish, and then the goldfish go die. Because the goldfish gonna see you mean and they ain't gonna want to be there. So you're gonna be flushing fish down the toilet bowl, you evil people. I pray for you, man. Like, how would you just get up here and try to destroy somebody's channel or sabotage them? And some of the people that's up here really need this. They really need you to hold their families down and sustain their life. Come on, man. Why like what could be so upsetting that somebody done to you that you want them to be out in the street, or you don't want them to take care of their family, or you don't want them to be able to provide as a person? Seriously, that shit ain't cool, man. I got a treat for y'all tonight, man. This is the one y'all been waiting for. I'm gonna shout out to the sponsors and all that. My man is already in the building. He ready for me to drop the link. He ready for me to rock and roll. So we gonna get into it. I'm gonna ask the questions. I'm gonna ask questions that I wish somebody would have asked me. A man did a long time. Came home, he still got his mind. He was blessed to come home to a beautiful woman. Changed his life. He don't fuck with people. Stayed to himself. He had the honor of meeting Blue Boy. I thought he was actually incarcerated with Blue Boy. Shout out to Blue Boy. I hope y'all free Blue Boy. But he happened to meet Blue Boy after him coming home. So I'm going to ask him some questions about Blue Boy because I want him to describe Blue Boy character. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all the other shit that people saying that don't even know this man, that's never said nothing to him, never had a conversation. I want somebody that sat down and talked to him and looked him in his eyes and felt his spirit as a person, man to man, to describe the character that they met. Because I've been through that. People that don't even know me have categorized me and just broke my fucking heart. Shout out to Jai Ace. Shout out to Jai Ace TV. If y'all not subscribed to Jai Ace TV, do me a favor, go over to Jai Ace TV and subscribe. If y'all not subscribed to Magnificent Mecca, aka Boss Victims, go over there and subscribe to Magnificent Mecca, aka Boss Victims. If y'all not subscribed to Tube Chronicles TV, make sure y'all get over to Tube Chronicles TV. Look out for the God Black You Now for Jabbar TV. It's about to come. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the Dread L Combo. Make sure y'all go. My man got like 200, maybe 237, y'all. 237, and then he's monetized. Y'all heard him say all he want to do is be a YouTuber. How could you hate a man like that? Word up. Shout out to my people, Walt and them. I just got a fresh pack of fronto for them. And I'm telling you, it seemed like God chose some angels, y'all, to pick these fronto for me, man. These are my sponsors. They've been holding me down from day one. They felt as though something in me was right, so they reached out to me and said, we're going to rock with you. Do me a favor, if y'all got an Instagram account, go over to therealfronto.com and subscribe to them. When you go into the DM, tell them Big Dice sent you. You'll get a percentage. You got the best grabber, best fronto I had since the 90s. They got a couple of stores in New York. They got a couple of stores in Maryland and Virginia. But you could also order it right from the DM, directly to your door. Word up. You can do that. And when you go to the DM, make sure you tell them Big Dice sent you, so you can get a little discount. First of all, you can get 5 leaf for $15, but I think that's ass backwards. If you're conservative and trying to save your money, you know, certain people going through things. It's a pandemic. Everybody should try to save when you can get the whole pound for $30. So shout out to them, man. Go check them out. Shout out to my man, Davin. He was up in the building last night, man. Illegal Guap, man. Y'all seen some of his clothes. You see my man? You dig what I'm saying? Tommy rocked one of the sweaters. I rocked the sweaters and the hat. You know what I'm saying? This dude is real smooth with his clothes and everything. He was telling you a little bit about his movement last night. You know what I'm saying? He got sweatsuits, all colors, all sizes, men and women. For the teens, for the little princes, the little princesses. You know what I'm saying? He got the face masks. He got socks. He got leotards. Whatever y'all women, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to walk around for your man, you know what I'm saying? Or walk around for your woman. You dig what I'm saying? Or matter of fact, you just want to walk around and make yourself feel good. You know, he got the leotards and everything for y'all women like that. If y'all just, you know, want to walk around on your Donna Summer shit, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Love yourself, because if you don't, who else will? That's one of the sweatsuits he got. I think that's a terry cloth material with the hoodie in the back for the females. If you notice that logo right there, that's what my man Tommy that's coming up on here tonight gonna talk to y'all about. He had that on last night. This is one he got for the little kids. This right here is a couple of his hats and all that. You know what I'm saying? This is the one right here that kind of got me right. But I'm gonna show y'all something. Y'all want to see something? I'm gonna take y'all back right quick. Y'all ready? Let me see how many of y'all people in here can tell me who am I in this picture right here. I was 20 years old in this picture, y'all. That's like 4 of the people. See, remember my cousin Kofi King that was up here? That's him on the bottom. With my man Lance holding his hat. And then right next to him was one of my right-hand man, Jimmy. And that was on Park Place in Brooklyn. Who can, like, could y'all really see the look in my face right there in this picture, y'all? Yo, Keith Powell, I see you in the building. Salute. That's why I try to tell people like that. I've been stopped playing games, respectfully to everybody. I've been stopped with the shenanigans and all that. I done lost too many friends. You dig what I'm saying? That's me in that red jacket. If you pay attention to my face, that's me in that red polo jacket. That's a Ralph Lauren jacket back then, 20 years old. You dig what I'm saying? So appreciate the person that I became today. This right here is CB, y'all. This is my man CB right here, y'all. Shout out to my man CB345. I'm not sure if he's doing any more intros and stuff like that. He told me since I've been promoting his work and everything like that, his DM has been coming in crazy. He's been overwhelmed. And he actually has a job. He does them things like that on the side as a hobby. But we got Tube Chronicles TV, and he putting things together. He's doing intros and all that, so y'all can get in touch with him and hit him on his DM. Word up. So, you know, shout out to CB for all the hard work he did and all the hard work I hope he continues to do. And since we got 31 people in the building, yo, can we go? Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Yo, shout out, y'all. My fault. We got my cousin Ty in the building, man. Down here from North Carolina. I ain't know that was you, cuzzo. You know, I don't be screaming out governments and all that. I had to look at Kevin Powell. We got my cousin in down here, man. We got Foultown Mount Olive in the building, y'all. Let's go. Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Yo, salute, y'all. We gonna get right into it. You dig what I'm saying? We got Tube Chronicles in the building. Yo, Half, I see you in the building. We gonna get right into it, y'all. We gonna get right into it, man. We got Tommy up in the building right now, y'all. Yo, Tommy, what up, baby? Hit your mute button. Your mute button. Hit your mute button.
Okay, how about now?
There you go. You crystal clear. Peace, God. How you doing? You all right?
I'm chilling, man.
I'm glad you here, man. I'm honored that you up here, man.
Appreciate you.
Word up. Y'all already know who it is, man. We got white boy Tommy, respectfully. Thomas Norris in the building today. But if you know, you know, y'all gonna get into understanding who this man is and why I'm so honored, man. First thing I want to do right now is put this picture up right quick Because let me tell y'all something about Tommy. This man is real sneaky, y'all. But he from Brooklyn. He from Brooklyn. That's just on our jacket. And see, that's why I tell people you need to be mindful of what comes out of your mouth. Certain things you say, you never know who's related to somebody or who's friends with somebody or who can make a call pertaining to something that's coming out your mouth. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm going to say it again. Free Blue Boy, man. Shout out, man. Tommy, tell us about this picture right here, man. Tell us about this picture.
That picture right there. All right, so I'm the skinny dude, obviously on the right. In the middle is my man Mikey Creek, and on the left is Blue Boy. And that was actually the first time I met him. All the time I did in prison, we was never in the same prison, or we was in different blocks, so I never got to meet him. But I got to meet him out here because we was basically we got a lot of mutual friends, you could say. You know what I mean? So we got a lot of mutual friends. Told me a lot about the man. Been hearing about him for years, shit like that. But I finally met him on that day out here in society, which is better. You know what I mean? I'd rather meet anybody in society than in prison. You know.
That's right.
But that's night. You know, we just went out, had a little get together, man, with a bunch of the peoples out in Queens, and just had a good night.
That's a fact. You can tell from the ambiance, it was a grown folks affair.
You can tell that was a nice spot, man.
Fruit juice and everything on the table. I've been in spots like that, so I already know. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, but tell us, that was popping, man.
Tell us a little something else about yourself, man. Tell us where you from and how you started, where you come from, and how you got into this world, man. Tell us about your mother, man. Tell us about your father, man. Let's get into this, man.
My mom's and my pops. All right, my mother came to this country from Cuba. I'm half Cuban. My mom's came here from Cuba in like 1959, around the time Castro came in. So she been here since she was very young. She met my pops, who's Irish American. They would live in, and made me. This is a South Jamaican Queens. In reality, that's where I was born. I was born in South Jamaica, Queens, but I came out the house in Brooklyn. You feel me? By the time I came of age to come out the house, I came from Brooklyn, so that's why I always claim Brooklyn, because that's where I came out the house. And where I really came out the house was in East New York. That was my hood. That's where I was from. That was a good existence. My mom's at the time back then, she was a waitress and she used to sell coke. You know what I mean? She was a waitress, she was selling coke. But once we got into East New York, them drug habits had got real bad, Drug habits overtook her. She became a crack addict. My father was a heroin addict. He wasn't in my life. He was in prison most of my life. He was a heroin addict, stick-up kid, doing shit like that. So by the age of either right before I turned 13 or right after I turned 13, I had to leave. I had to go. My mom's had a boyfriend that was beating her ass. And I think I'll never forget, man. I'll never forget this, man. And we was living in Queens with him at the time. Cause we was going back and forth between Brooklyn and Queens, Brooklyn and Queens, Brooklyn and Queens. And I wanted to go out to see my girlfriend. I had this girlfriend next door, a pretty little Jamaican girl. And I wanted to go out to see him. And my mom's like, don't go. I'm like, why? She like, don't go. Just don't go. I'm like, why? How come? I'm going to see my girl. What's the big deal? She like, if you go, you're going to beat my ass. And I told my moms, I said, yo, why don't we just leave? She said, Tommy, we can't leave. I don't have no money and I don't have a job. But even at that age, in my mind, as she telling me this, in my mind, I'm saying that's not the problem. The problem is crack cocaine. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't foresee that situation getting no better. And I took flight. I bounced. I said, I got to take care of myself now, man. You can't take care of you. How you going to take care of me? And I had them, and I had warrants. I had juvenile cases. I had warrants. They was trying to lock me up. So I said, fuck this. I'm leaving here. I'm not going to court. I ain't going no juvenile. And I ain't staying here. And I went back to East New York because I had friends. I was established, Went back to East New York, man. And that was a little bit of a rough time for me because I was homeless. I was sleeping in the hallways. I used to sleep in my boy Mike closet. He used to hide me under a bunch of dirty clothes. My boy Mike Beck, he became a rapper. He was a very well-known figure in East New York.
Yeah, shout out Mike Beck. That's a fact.
He's gone now. He lost his life to gun violence in 2009 while I was incarcerated. But yeah, it was a hard existence. And then eventually Mike's family just like accepted me and just took me in. And I was living with his family, you know what I'm saying? And they had a big family. You talking about 2 brothers, 3 sisters, grandmother, mother in a small little Brooklyn apartment. and made room for me. Me and my boy Mike, we used to sleep head to foot in the same bed. I don't know, that's some back in the
That's
day shit. I
old
don't know if
school.
people know about that.
That's
Head
right.
to foot, you know what I'm saying?
One
We
way, the
both
other one the other
boys. We
way.
not be laying up face to face, you know what
That's
I
right.
mean?
That's right.
And I was just robbing and stealing. We was robbing and stealing. I was going in that DFY and that no, actually I was getting locked up. I wasn't in juvenile yet. And the very best thing that happened to me, a local drug dealer, another one who's gone, my man Bill Blast, aka Dusty, rest in power to him, man. But I had
Rest in
got a
power.
job working for him. I was working for him in the crack spot, and that was the best thing that happened to me because I was able to feed myself every day. I was able to buy some new drawers, some new socks, and keep a pair of kicks on my feet. So I thought that was great working in that crack spot. And I was going in and out of, then I started going in and out of juvenile joints. And and once I was 14, when I was 14, we started making some good money. We was working in another spot, managing, selling, doing various jobs. And we were selling our own work on the down low because back then people had spots. This wasn't no free market. You could just come out here and sell drugs. It ain't work like that. You know what I mean? Like it was a block, it was an area, it was claimed. So and so got
That's
work there,
right.
and that's it. Or two or three people might have had work there, and that was
That's
it.
it.
But these are the old dudes we used to work for. But what we used to do, I used to go with my man Dusty, who gone. We used to get an ounce from Dusty, go get our own vials. The same vials back then was 019 yellow top who I was selling for these dudes in Brooklyn. They ain't my peoples, but we was doing the grinding. You know what I mean?
That's
Not
right.
we were kids and we was thirsty. We were hungry, and we used to put our own work out there as well. But that's when we young. I'm 14, driving cars. I was fresh. No crazy shit. I wasn't driving no Benz. Not like little hoopties. Put a little system in it. Have your little nice clothes, your little girlfriends. Try to impress. And that's when the gun violence started coming in because of the stick-up kids.
Facts.
Because of the stick-up kids, man. And I remember one time, man, this shit terrified. I'm on the block. I was pitching. I was actually going hand because it was a lot of money back then, and I was actually going hand to hand pitching. And almost all the dudes around me is older, and I'll never forget this. Most of them they were smoking woolly blunts. For people who
That's
don't know
right.
what that is, that's crack and marijuana. I didn't do that.
That's
I didn't.
right. Never.
So I went across the street by myself, so I didn't have to breathe that shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Because
right.
this is
That
like
stinking ass
this is a
smell.
mob of dudes smoking that shit. And I remember I'm on the corner and I heard a car like come to a screech. And when I turned around, dude jumped out the back of an Acura with a shotty, ran right up on me. Driver came out. He had a nine. They ran up on me. They screaming, "Don't run! Don't fucking run! Don't run!" And I'm terrified. I'm 14. You know what I'm saying? Like they did that shit with some real ferocity. This dude put a 9mm to my head. Other dude put a shotgun to my chest. And like, yo, where's the work? Where's the money? I gave him everything. You know what I mean? I couldn't run if I wanted to. But I decided in that moment that it's time to get a gun.
That's a
I
fact.
decided in that moment that it's time that I gotta have a burner out here at all times. And sure enough, man, whole another incident came. A whole nother incident came where give me one short second, guys. One
Go ahead, baby.
short
Get
second.
yourself together. Get yourself together. Pay attention to what's going on right now. This is Brooklyn history right here being exposed, being told straight out his mouth. It ain't being narrated. It ain't being edited. He telling you how he feel it.
No, this is raw. I ain't drink. I ain't smoke. This is me, raw dog. And I remember another incident had happened, man. That basically we had to get the work off the block. Police was everywhere. They going crazy. So I went down a side street. I'm 14 years old again. So I grabbed the gun. I had a 357. And mind you, when I share these stories, I'm not trying to glamorize nothing with this. I'm just
It's
giving it
just your
raw.
story.
But I remember I grabbed the gun. I grabbed the work. And I go down, if anyone's familiar with East New York, Brooklyn, Liberty Avenue, where I was
Mm.
at on City Line, going towards the borderline of Queens, it's like a shopping district, it's mad police there. So a block away is Glenmore Avenue, which is it's more low key. So I decided to go down Glenmore and get this working gun out of here before we get locked up. And I'm coming around the corner and it's January, and this dude come running from across the street. He looked Italian. He had a wife beater on. It is January. And this is when New York winters were cold. He had a wife beater on. He come running across the street. He jumped on the hood of a car like the Incredible Hulk, then jumped down on the sidewalk in front of me and tells me the same thing the other sticker kids told me: "Don't run." I said, "Damn, you." So I basically I stepped back. I put my hand on the burner. I'm like, "Yo, back up off of me, man. Get up off of me." And he's like, "No, no, no. I just want to talk to you. I just want to talk to you." And he's trying to inch up on me. And he see I got this burner. Now I don't want to bust him because there was police parked 2 blocks away, just like a little while ago that I was watching the spot. So I didn't want to shoot the dude. I'm scared now. You know what I mean? Like what am I going to do? This dude clearly trying to rob me. He was diesel. He was jacked in a white beater. This dude clearly want to rob me. I'm a little kid. You know what I'm saying? We got police all over the avenue, but I got this burner on me. I said, you know what? Let me just be smart and just dip on this dude. So I took flight. I dipped. And then I realized I was running back towards the avenue. All the cops. I said, no, I ain't going back there where the cops are. Man, fuck this, man. I pulled that 357 out. I turned around. I started letting off. And I hit home team. He didn't die. So I'm past statute of limitation. But
That's right.
and I hit home team. I hit him in his ass from way down the block. I didn't know that, but I thought I killed him. I was scared to death. And I jumped in the cab and went home. And I'm thinking police gonna come beat the door down. Everything gonna, I'm gone, Hawaii 5-0 type shit. Nothing happened. I laid low for 2 days. I went back to the block, and it was different now. Now, if I talk to somebody, they were a little more likely to listen to what I had to say. If I became angry, my anger carried more weight, and I knew it was the power of the burner. It wasn't me. It was the power of the burner because you let that thing off, and I was at a stage where I didn't have nothing. My mother was smoking. She was gone. She on the avenue selling pussy. Ain't nothing good about that shit. When you a kid and you watch someone in your family deteriorate from drugs down to that level, it's a painful thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm living with that. I don't got no family out there. I'm on my own. This is East New York. This is 1989 in East New York, Brooklyn. The homicide rate was out of control.
Man, the murder
And
capital of the world.
yeah, and I just decided I was just like, I'm in. I'm all in. And that was the early stages of me getting onto the street. They used to call me Thomas on the street. They started calling me Tommy in prison. I just ran with Tommy. I've been Tommy ever since. But those are some of the real influential things that had impacted me and shaped me and set me on a certain course. You know what I'm saying?
So do me a favor, tell the people, because see, when I try to tell my story, some people, yo, shout out to BXJ, shout out to Clarice, I see you in the building, shout out to Ashley Marty, thank y'all for pulling up, man, hit that like button. Some people fail to realize I had a conversation with a gentleman one time because he didn't know the difference between a dope boy and a person to get money. Because he tried to tell
Mm-hmm.
me a dope boy and a person to get money is the same thing, but I told him that it
No,
wasn't.
sir.
That's two different things. My analogy, a dope boy is the one that's doing it for superficial reasons and for the validation of the world to be accepted. The big rims, the loud, the boisterous scenes, the arrogance because of certain financial stability you may have.
Yeah.
But I heard if you get money, you like to, like Compa said, shout out to Dread, you like to walk slow and talk low and give out more respect than sometimes you will receive. My story was my mom's was busting her ass and then my pop started getting high. That's what gravitated me to the street. You understand what I'm saying to you? And same
Yeah.
situation seemed like we got a similarity because of our parents. But what I want to know is the first time you got in the street and you said to yourself you was going to become a hustler, a drug dealer, a pharmaceutical distribution, whatever they want to categorize it is. Let me ask you something. Like, did you ever have any type of fear of getting killed or sent to jail? If so, why didn't you stop?
I did have the fear. I had the fear of getting killed. And you asked when did I decide that I was going to that pharmaceutical realm? It's funny you say. I tell people this. I used to say this all the time because it was a funny story. I was with my boy Mike, and he was 2 years older than me, so I'm like his June. Like he used to protect me on the street. He taught me how to fight. He taught me how to hustle. Shit like that. And we on the street, and if you know, they used to be a crew in East New York back in the days called the Hardy Boys. and a lot of them had these old Cadillac Sevilles, right? This was a mostly Hispanic crew that was selling drugs in the East. And I remember there was about 3 or 4 of these Sevilles hooked up with the true spokes. You know how they got the gates in the window, the rag tops coming by, and we looking at them go by. And my boy Mike looked at me. He said, "Yo, we gonna be drug dealers." Anything he would have told me, if he would have said we gonna be rocket scientists, I would have jacked it. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, yeah, it made all the sense in the world. You know what I'm saying? Until and then that was young. That was like 1987, 86, 87. And we started working our way into that world until Mike ended up having a spot and I was managing it and running it for him. But that was down the line. And why I didn't stop, I didn't have a huge fear of getting locked up, man. Because I really didn't care. Getting killed, yeah, I was scared to get killed, but at the same time, I didn't have no other means. Now, granted, if I'd have made better choices and got a job, I'd have been good. You know what I'm saying? If I'd have made some better choices, got down with like the PAL boxing league or something, and let that open up some doors. But it's a reason children live with their parents. When a lot of us ain't gonna make the best decisions when you're a child. When you a child, you got to make grown man decisions. There's a high probability you're gonna make some wrong decisions.
Thank you.
And I was certainly one of them who made a lot of wrong decisions, and I chose to get my money selling crack. I thought that was the only thing I had. That was my only way. I know that game inside and out, man. I cook in a rice pot. I didn't even cook in a coffee pot. I cook in a rice pot. You know what I mean? So I could cook an eighth, quarter pound at a time, a quarter key at a time, 250. I could cook a 250 in there, easy. It's not a problem. I'm nice like that. I was nice like that. But yeah, it was. I was just in. I was just all in.
Do you have any children?
No, I got a stepson now. I didn't make him, but I treat him like I did.
Yeah, I was going to tell you about that word stepson. My father kind of schooled me about that because the man that I call my father is not my biological father. So one day I actually introduced him to a couple of my friends. I'm like, yo, this is my step pops, Ronald. So at the time, he didn't say nothing about it. I came home that night. It was about maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock. He's sitting in the living room drinking. He said, yo, I could talk to you for a minute. I said, yeah. So I'm noticing he a little saucy. He was drinking his Wild Irish rum. I'm like, yo, Pop, what up? He was like, yo, let me ask you something. Do I look like furniture to you? And I said, what? He said, you said I was your stepfather. He said, when I walk around in the street, who I tell people you are? I said, that's my boy. That's my son. He said, you hurt me when you called me a piece of furniture. And I need you to let me know if that's how you feel about me now, because I'm going to have to change that description in your heart about me. Never said that word again.
Well, I got a question for you, Dice. What do you think about this? Now, I was of that opinion as well. However, my little man, his father is in his life. He lived with his pops. He stayed with us. He stayed with us for periods. He lived with his pops, and his pops was a good dude, and he's an active figure in his life. So that's why I don't know if I'd be overstepping that bound. You feel me? You
Okay,
feel me?
well, I'm
I
going to tell you, I hope I help you with this. I don't know if you heard me before when I talked about the situation with my son, mother, and my son. My son is 25 years old. So from when my son was 5, 6 years old, honestly, I think I'm the reason why he matured and grew so fast, because I talked to him just like he was a man from that age. Once I knew he could comprehend right from wrong, that's when I took it upon myself to start embedding certain things that was told of me to him. Unfortunately, back then in my lifestyle, I didn't think I was going to see my son see 10 years old. Quiet in the building, she'll tell you. I really didn't
mm,
think that I was going to be alive to see my son at 10. So I was just really making sure I dropped certain jewels on him that was passed to me, because I know the life I had chose.
yeah.
But fortunately, I watched my son graduate. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
God
now
bless him.
I had to tell him this. I had to go through this with my son since he was about maybe 9 years old, because of the man that my son mother chose to marry. I honor this man like he's my brother. The reason why I honor this man like he's my brother is because whatever situation has went down with him and my son mother, he's always loved my son as his own. And what I mean by that is I go by actions. I don't care what nobody tell me. You dig what I'm saying? It was a certain situation one time where my son's grandmother had sent some money to him on one of them prepaid cards. And my son called me. Oh, he took my money. I'm tired of him taking my money. So the old me, you did what? The old me would have, had a totally different approach to the situation. But the new me, I called him and I said, yo, Glenn, can I talk to you for a minute? He said, sure, what's going on? I said, for some reason, my son's telling me that you took something from him, and I know that's not your character because I knew this in my heart. He said, let me explain something to you. I gave your son $300. His mother gave him $400, and that was in 4 days he ran through that money. Since school is coming up and he's going away to school, the prepaid card that his grandmother sent him, his mother said that when she didn't want to give it to him at the time because he was going to run through the money. And sometimes my son has that attitude where he thinks he's the man. Mm-hmm. So what happened was he took the card. And I told him, I said, you know what? That's why he called me, because he respects you. I just needed to hear from him what the situation was. Don't get it twisted. Don't nobody see it's some dudes that got this dumb notion in their mind. Yo, I don't want nobody fucking my baby mother, and you better not have that dude niggas around my son. My thing is our relationship intimately has been over for years. The only thing I've ever asked my son mother, Tommy, if it's just about a nut, bring my son to me. If you plan on dating this man and he's of your interest, where you're interested in him long term, do me a favor, let me have a conversation with him first. And she's always respected that. Respected that. So the dude that she was dating, she actually married him.
That's the kind of, that's basically the kind of setup we got, except I'm the second dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm home team.
Hello, James Anderson. I'm sorry. I appreciate you. My man out in the UK, he said it's 1 o'clock out there in the UK. I wanted to acknowledge you. I appreciate you in the building, James Anderson.
Man.
Salute, man. I appreciate you, man. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you decided to come chill with me. We got 45 in the building. We got Thomas Norris in the building. I'm honored to have him up here. Do me a favor, y'all. Hit that like button. Everybody out here, share this one. This one is going to get real. Go ahead, Tom.
Talk to me. Dice fire, man. You fire them off, man. You lead the way, man. You the moderator, champ.
It's just certain things. Honestly, bro, when I recognized that you knew Blue Boy, and see me when I was talking about free Blue Boy, I meant that wholeheartedly. The reason why I meant this wholeheartedly is because I did time in jail. But to do 39 years in jail.
Yeah, that's a lifetime, man.
And then you come home to a paranoia because of who you are allegedly in the street. So you can't even be normal. On my heart, I wish Blue Boy would have came home and somebody from wherever he's from, not on no racist shit. Yo, go back to the country and enjoy your family. You still got some elders. You still got some youngins that you could raise. You still got some people in Puerto Rico where you can tell your story, where you'll be spoke to and respected. Then come back to New York or society when you gradually got your mind back into a certain way. Because me personally, I'm saying this on YouTube, I feel as though they lined him up for failure. From the whole situation with, rest in peace, Larry Davis, it just doesn't make sense that you kill a man in jail. I'm not talking about the death, because everybody know the politics behind that. What I mean is, you would think that they would say you're never coming home because of the body that you had before this, but you let him go home, and then he gets a job as a security guard, and now he's back in jail. It's like, I'm just trying to say, was this whole thing
that's
just
a horrible
setup,
line
a
of business?
Because I don't believe in coincidence. That's an excuse for a sucker, Tommy.
I don't think it's coincidence, but I don't necessarily think it was a plot. I think it was a series of bad decisions. For example, bad decision on Blue Boy part is to take a job as security, knowing you're on life parole, where if a situation of violence pop up, you might be the guy who got to regulate that. Meanwhile, you got convicted of 3 different homicides. You really can't afford to have your name in nothing. I think that might have been a bad decision, but I'm second guessing from the outside in. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know what kind of perks, what kind of fringe benefits he may have had with the job. I don't know everything that was entailed. I know he's a very smart brother. That man, He don't smoke a cigarette. He don't drink coffee. He don't drink alcohol. He don't do nothing.
Yes,
Nothing,
sir.
man. His,
Excuse me.
his
Excuse me.
mind is clear.
James Anderson, the Big Dice Chronicles on Instagram, bro. Hit me up. I know you up. You about to go to sleep. Forgive me. The Big Dice Chronicles, same as my channel on Instagram, man. I'll be honored, man. I appreciate that. You know what I wanted to ask you though?
What's that,
We're
bro?
gonna get right back into you, but it's one question that's been really on my heart, and I want you to tell the world this. I want you to tell the people that's in the chat. Because you said something that is stuck in my mind. You said this in the chat. You said you wish that they would let the name Blue Boy die and understand who Louis Rosario is, if I'm pronouncing that right. So I want you to describe
Rosado.
to me your vision, and I know you valid from through your eyes. I want you to describe Louis Rosado, aka Blue Boy, to to your best ability.
To my best ability, very educated, very thought out, very, very straight up. It's not going to be nothing hidden with that man. Everything is going to be on the table and genuine, man. What you see is what you get. What you see is what you get, and he's going to give it the same way, man. You know, if you know good, he's going to call you no good. If you're good, he's going to call you good and embrace you. You know that you know. Again, I don't know that man very well, but I know like one of his very best friends was really close to me, and several other dudes who were close to him or close to me. So we was always in the same circle. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, just a stand up dude all the way. You know what I'm saying? A stand up dude all the way, man. He go on the side of the right. You feel he righteous, he with you, and he gonna back you, and he gonna ride with you. If you feel you no good, you in the wrong, you out of there. You ain't touching it.
Happy birthday to Rumble. That's right, Meek. Happy birthday to the God Rumble, man. Damn, Meek. Damn. Matter of fact, I gotta put my man picture up right quick, man.
That's a legend.
Rest in peace, #1 to Rumble, man. Rest in peace and happy birthday to my man today, man. This was really my friend, man. D-Sep legend. Rest in peace to Meg. Unfortunately, he was killed by the police going on 2 years now. This was really my friend. Rest in peace to
Damn.
Steve, man. For real. I appreciate that too, Meek, for letting me know that, man. For real. Ark G, I see you in the building, man. I appreciate that for pulling up, man. My man got a question for you though. He said, Ron Book said, question, Big Dice, did you ever find out if Big Baby's still in his corner as far as his bail and if there is one?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but normally when someone's on parole, even if you have a bail, you're not getting out because they're gonna hold you on the parole violation. So so he's probably in a situation where it don't matter if he got bail because even if they paid the bail, he wouldn't be getting out because parole is gonna hold him. Unfortunately, you know when you're on parole, it's as if you still got one foot inside the system. It's like you still got one hand in the cuff. And once you know, it's a bad look. It's a bad look. I don't know if Big Baby Davis is still in his corner. I'm assuming he is. That's actually something I had actually meant to reach out to one of my boys and ask him myself because I was wondering that same thing. I was
All
wondering
right,
that
so
same thing.
tell the people what happened that led you to your term of incarceration and how much time you faced. And tell me the real feeling you felt when the judge told you the time and the amount that you was facing, what was like really running through your mind, man.
Ooh, what had led me to my term? All right, in 1991, my boy Mike, he ended up he had the spot, and me and my boy Nicky Porter Rock, we were the managers. So it was a three-man team. We all used to live together. We used to get money together. We used to do everything together. And there was another crew of dudes who had wanted to take this spot from us. They was some older dudes. They was a lot deeper. There was a lot more well armed. And I remember I was on a brownstone. I'm talking to my boy Mike and Jimmy, and I'm on the stairs of a brownstone. And my boy's like, "Yo, watch that car." And I turned to my right, but it was already getting past me. So I twisted to my left to look, and I seen an individual I know. I seen an individual I know hanging out that window with a Mac 11, and he let that shit fly. It felt like somebody hit me in my ribs with a baseball bat. That 9 millimeter bullet hit me in one side of my ribs and came out the other side of my ribs. Tore everything up in me, collapsed my lung, went through my stomach, through my liver, my kidney, my spleen. I don't got two kidneys no more. I don't got no more spleen. I had a collapsed lung, like I died twice in the surgery. And when I came out of that hospital, I left that hospital down half a kidney. I lost half a kidney. I lost my spleen, and I pretty much lost all sense of compassion. And I came out as if, we gonna fight fire with fire. So, so they definitely didn't take the spot from us. They ain't run us off the spot. We still doing what we doing. We getting the shootouts. It's a back and forth thing. And I take no pride in telling you this at all, but because of how I see things now. But unfortunately, I caught one individual slipping. He was actually a friend of mine. He was a friend of mine in the juvenile institution, but he's down with the other team now. And I let him have it. He's only 17 years old, man. He never had a chance to live his life. He just made the wrong decision of getting down with the wrong team. He was pulling out the guns and all that. And, I mean, I could sit here and graphically tell you it. I could tell you the situation. I could tell you how my life was in danger. I can make it look like it was something noble. I can make it sound exciting, but I'm intentionally not doing that because the reality is it's genocide. We were caught up in the genocide, man.
That's peace.
We were caught up in we were products of the crack era, man. This poor kid, man, 17 years old, lost his life at my hand. I don't feel good about that, man. His mother was a drug addict like mine. He was forced in the streets like mine. We were victims of the crack era. We were victims of the crack era. It could have very well been me. He could have been the one shooting me, And then
we
a
got
few
the Dread
weeks
L
had
Comp in the building. We got L Famous in the building, y'all. Salute. L, I appreciate you for pulling
salute
up.
to the peoples. And I went on the run for that, and I was wilding. I was almost like Juice. I gave you power, like that Nas song. I gave you power. I learned that at this stage in the game, it's not about fighting no more. These boys are playing with guns. They hit me with a Mac 11. That shit wasn't a game. I
That's right.
died twice. They brought me back with the defibrillators that shocked me in my chest. I was dead for over a minute, and I was dead for almost 2 minutes. They brought me back to life twice. That shit is not a game, man. So, to make a long story short, we was just going back and forth in that drug war. Unfortunately, I took that young man's life, the one I was just speaking about. And then a few weeks later, man, I got into a stupid street beef, man. I got into a dumb street beef that just escalated. And I was on the run for a homicide already. Shit got a little crazy, and I let that hammer go again, man. I killed another young man, 20 years old. He didn't deserve it. It wasn't. It was a kind of situation right now that I would have never did no shit like that. But I was young. I was wild. I was on the run for a homicide. So I didn't care. I felt like the world was closing in. I'm gonna get murdered any day, or I'm gonna get locked up any day. And it started taking a toll on me. I became cold, and yeah, it was a crazy time for me. And I got locked up when I was 16 years old. I did almost 3 years on Rikers Island, and I had a gun case and I had the two homicide cases. They were trying to pin other things on me that didn't go through. Thank God for that. But I was facing like 57 years of life, so I went to trial on the gun case. I beat the gun case. The reason I beat the gun case, police lied, man. Police found the guns on the block. They tried to pull us over, got out, got rid of burners, kept it moving. So police grabbed me a few blocks away, brought me back to the car, and they searched the area and came back with two guns. They was like, "Hey, asshole, these guns yours?" I said, "No, they are now." But they said, this is the only evidence they had. They said that he asked me, "Are these guns yours?" And I said, "Yes, officer, those guns are mine." You got to be crazy. You got to be crazy. I'm saying, ain't no jury in the world going to believe that. I took that to trial. I won. Then I went to trial on a homicide case, and I blew. And I got that 25 to life at 19 years old. The other homicide case, that happened, the first one from the drug beef, They didn't have a strong case on me, and you know how it goes. If they don't have a strong case to offer you a sweet deal, they offer me 6 to 18 years running concurrent with the 25 to life. Plus, I did about a year consecutive on that gun. While I was fighting the gun case that I had beat on trial, and I wasn't locked up for the bodies, but they had a hold on me. They wanted me to get convicted of guns so they could use the guns against me in the homicide cases. And so I basically had to give them a minimum of 26 years. In 1994, I went up north. I had a 94 number, 94A 4294, and I served 26 years and 9 months. I got hit with a year at the board, and that second time around, they let me go. But that's where I grew up. I grew up in prison. I matured in prison. I found my humanity in prison. I got educated in prison. I got married in prison. That marriage didn't last, unfortunately, but you know, I did some things in there, man. I changed. I became a man, you know. I became a man. I didn't leave the 16-year-old I went in. I left 43 years old.
That's what I want to know. So at 16, when you finally get arrested, and they telling you the situation about 25 years and running the 16 to 18 concurrent, what ran through your mind at that particular time? Because you know there's a lot of people go to jail, and then some people, they unfortunately, rest in peace to whoever had went through this and had to do this. Some people just give up. They just hang up.
Yeah, I'm not the hang it up type. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I'm not the hang it up type, man. I survived too many things to hang it up, you know. And then, you know, I was still hoping and wishing on a prayer that I would beat the case on appeal. I had good appealable issues. Unfortunately, I didn't have good appeal lawyer money. You know what I'm saying? And I fought mostly for myself for years and years and years, hoping I get that 25 years reversed. It ain't never happened. But then at that time, now all of a sudden I got in, you know, 12, 13, 14 years. I'm not fighting my case no more. You know, I'm a little bit older. I'm like, shit, I'm almost halfway through this 26 that I got on the front. You know what I'm saying? Like I could do this. I see people around me doing it. And I'm gonna tell you another thing, like that whole hang it up shit, man. You know, I'll never forget. I remember I was in Elmira Correctional Facility. I had learned how to box in prison. Dudes who trained me was named Ali Sham and Shakim Allah. Uh, I hear Ali Sham passed away. I'm not sure. Shakim did pass away. Salute to them. But Shakim Allah had 52 to life. He got 52 to life. He had like 4 jail bodies. You know, he got convicted on one. He got convicted on one. Another one, he got convicted on the weapon. You know, he was in, man. Like he never seen himself getting out of prison. And I remember I didn't want to go train one day, man. I had an attitude. I was stressed out. I had like 11 years in. I got at least a minimum 15 more years to go. And I'm going out to that field now. This man at the time, he had 29 years in prison. He had 52. He might never see the street. I would not dare. I would not dare fix my life to tell that man I can't train because I'm stressed out.
Facts.
I'm stressed out. He been inside for 29 joints. I was like 28 years old. He actually got no, he got as a matter of fact, I was like 30. I don't even remember, but he got locked up around the time I was born. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason I was gonna break because I see people around me making it. I see people around me that got 15, 20, 25 years in, and they was in 2 groups. Half of them was all the way washed up. They was either washed up physically, they was washed up mentally, or they was washed up because they ended up becoming dope fiends. But the other half of them dudes that had 15 and 20 years in, these dudes look like gods. They were educated, they were fit, they were sharp, they were in shape. So I decided early in my bid, I'm gonna have time in like that one day. I might have that much time in one day. Which way I want to be? I want to be one of these washed up dudes, or you know, I want to be on top of my game. And I just, you know, I took care of myself. And I really got educated in fitness, and that's why I'm a personal trainer today.
You know something I noticed because of a person I know, and I wanted to ask you this question. My mother, hardworking woman, bust her ass, went to high school of fashion industries, went to college of fashion industries. She did a internship with a store back in the days. Remember Orbacks? Then she went from Orbacks to Gimbals. Then Abraham and Strauss called my mother. She worked for Abraham and Strauss for about maybe 3 years, and then she got her corporate job at Saks Fifth Avenue. My father, Veterans Administration, Gangster from Chicago, been to Vietnam, really was friends with, rest in peace, King Fawn's grandfather, great grandson, really was friends. My grandmother, Ethel Sanders, rest in peace, sold guns. His mother.
Mm. Mm.
Unfortunately, my father fell addiction to crack cocaine. Me personally, this went from a man that I admired deeply because he brought my mother out of a state of depression and loneliness that I saw daily. My pops did 10 years on a body, came home. My pops did 10 years in 3 days on killing a cop, came
Oof.
home. But it was a bad cop. My father named Ronald Young. That's not my biological father, but that's my father. That's the man that made my mother happy, was in love with my mother from junior high school, and told my mother from when he came home, yo, I'm gonna marry you. She was gonna marry him in jail. He said, nah, wait till I get home. When I come home, and raised me as his son. You dig what I'm saying? When he fell victim to that unfortunate addiction to crack cocaine, I lost so much respect for this man because this man lifted my mother up and actually lifted me up from the things that I lost with my actual biological father. So when you're a child going through the situation of confusement, because you're like, how this man love me or appreciate me more than the man that actually created me. So when you get that bond and you lock them, this my dude, then all of a sudden he fall victim to crack. So that whole admiration of superhero is out the window. Out the window.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Oh shit. What
He
happened?
had a stroke in 1992. His doctor told him, he'll be back, y'all. My pops had a stroke in 1992. The doctor told him, if you continue to smoke crack cocaine, you're going to have another stroke or you're going to possibly die. My father let that go in one ear and out the other. He continued to smoke crack. In 1995, my father had another stroke. This time when he had the stroke, it paralyzed the left side of his body. So now he can still walk, but he has not really the movement and the control of the left side of his body. So right then and there, alhamdulillah, my father stopped getting high. Unfortunately, my mother left here August 17th, 2002, which was 7 years later. Unfortunately, my mother left here in 2002, which was 7. You heard me about my father getting high and lost?
Yeah, yeah. I lost connection for a second,
All
but
right,
yes, I
cool.
was
My
hearing
pop
that.
started getting high. He had a stroke in 1992. The doctor told him if you continued, you would have a stroke or you would die. Kept smoking crack. In 1995, he had another stroke, which paralyzed his left side. So he lost real control of his left side in his speech. So he had to write down certain things. Unfortunately, my mother left August 17th, 2002. My father wrote me a letter one day. I come home, running the crib. He's sitting there looking at my mom's picture, and he going, damn, damn. Quiet, tell you. My pop's like, when he say damn, it's like, damn, damn. So I'm like, what's wrong, Ronald? So he took his time to write me a letter. And he said, God showed me how much your mother loved me and took her away from me in the same breath. He
That's
said he
powerful.
never understood how fast 7 years went. He said 7 years seemed like 3 days because after he stopped getting high, he understood what it was to appreciate and love her again and love himself. We got Roski in the building. Yo, what up, Roski? What up, pimp? So what I want to ask you is, you spoke about your mother, unfortunately, with her addiction, right?
Yeah.
Is she still alive?
No, she passed away.
Rest in peace. How did you feel? I want you to be honest. If there's a question you don't want to answer, you say this right now. Dice, this is a question I want to answer, and I respect your boundaries. I'm just trying to ask you something because I know how I feel. Because how did you, even though your mother unfortunately fell with addiction to a substance, did you still love her?
Of course I did. Of course I did. I loved her, but I felt helpless. because I knew there was not. I knew about crack. I knew what that demon was. You know what I'm saying? But I felt helpless to be able to do something for her, to embrace her. You know, and it wasn't just my mother. It was other people I knew, other my comrades, people in the street that could have been their mothers, their fathers, their sisters. Yeah, see that common man down. It was man down. You know what I mean? Like once they started doing that crack, I call that shit a vampire, man. I call a lot of drug addicts vampires because it's like once that seed of addiction gets in you, you finish. It's driving you. It's just not even you no more. It's how it's making decisions for you. And that's something why, I was always very scared to get on drugs, man. I had a natural fear of that shit.
Can I stop you for a minute?
Salute, Ron Biggs.
Can I stop you for
Yeah,
a minute?
sure.
This is why I got on my arm. Only God can judge me. When
Yeah.
we was coming up, you notice one of the friends that I showed you in that picture was the first person that I loved as my friend, and found out he was addicted and he was smoking woolers, like you said.
Mm.
It
Yeah.
devastated me so much, it strayed our relationship. Unfortunately, my uncle fell addiction to heroin. Even though it hurt me to see two people that I admired so much, my father and my uncle, fall victim to two controlled substances, even though it hurt me, I really, really appreciate the example that God showed me, because I was around a group of people back in the days that were into everything. I was just always a leader. They were smoking dust. They were sniffing powder. They was doing mescaline tabs. They were smoking woolers, because it was about maybe 10 of us. But when people did their certain drugs, when back in the days, Tommy, everybody went their own way.
Yeah, they click
And then
up.
everybody come back together because it was a respect thing.
Yeah.
The way I saw heroin destroy a man that made damn near 90,000 every week. I watched my uncle make damn near 100,000 a week, to turn around and start asking me for $1 or $2.
It's hard not to lose respect when that happens.
My father, working for the Veterans Administration because he was in Vietnam, and then he's stealing from me. You understand? But after my mother, before my mother passed, because we had a little stray between our relationship from the time of 1993, 94 to maybe 1995. Rest in peace. My grandfather left here May 13th, 1995. And that's when our relationship came back to the glue it was supposed to be. But because of my disappointment as a son, watching her be subject to something that I felt as though she shouldn't have been involved with, it made me lose respect for her. But when my mother looked at me and said, when I got with him and I told God I was going to honor him and love him through sickness and health, through better and worse, I meant it. Even if he didn't mean it, I meant it to God. So I'd be like, yo, why you don't leave him? Like, these was our big arguments. Like, why you keep fucking with this dude? Like, what's wrong with you? All the things you told me not to do, all the things you told me not to be a part of, you're participating with. So now you're contradicting. Everything you said to me, I'm questioning everything you said to me as a young man, because you birthed me, but it seems like now you're not the person that you seem to be.
Yeah.
But I had to understand something. She said, if you care about somebody, how could you leave them when they down? She said, that's not nobody that care about you. She said, I'm going to wait till he get up and leave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I told
that's
somebody
powerful.
that I care about dearly, I said, if God told me today, I will bring your mother back for the rest of your life and some years to come to live with your son, but it's only one catch. She'll have to be addicted to crack cocaine. I said, I'll take her right now. I'll take her right now. I just love her more. Instead of insulting her about what she's going through, like I used to do with my father, I'd be more compassionate and ask her the problems that she's bearing on her heart that makes her feel as though this is going to get her away from reality. That's why I tell people, to everybody that still got your mother or your father, I don't care if they hoeing. I don't care if they made mistakes that's unbearable and unimaginable to the world. Something was done or taught to them that made them transmit that energy and that demonic spirit to you.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you, how would you feel and how did you feel about your mother? But this picture right here, I wanted to ask you about this picture right here. This picture right here. Tell me how old you was in this picture, and tell me what this picture mean to you.
That's a good picture. That's when they used to call me Tommy Dread, man. That was in Attica. That was in either late 1998 or early 1999. I was
Yo, Compa,
20.
give me 1 minute. I'm gonna drop it back in a minute. Go ahead, baby.
Shit, I think I was 23 years old, 24 years old. With me, that's my man Little Danny in the middle, and my man Negro in the back. They all from East New York. Those are my boys from the street, and we was all in Attica together at that time. That was different. Attica's wild. Attica's wild back then. I was there
That's why
from
I'm glad you
'96
sent
to
me this picture,
2001.
because there's a difference in your eyes. See how you look calm? You're
Yeah.
more relaxed now? There's a difference in your eyes. You understand what I'm saying, dude? That's why I wanted to know what was in your mind. What was your mind frame? What was going on? How many years you had it, and then, and what was going on with
Oh,
your mind in that life at that particular time?
at that time, I probably had about 7 years in, and I was still
We got Legal Guap in the building. Salute, Dad.
salute to Legal Guap. I was still trying to find myself. I was still trying to figure out how I'm gonna do all this damn time, how I'm gonna get this time back on appeal. If not, how I'm gonna do all this time. And plus this attic was a predatory environment, so I was a little insecure. You see, I was real slim, looking young, so I was a little bit insecure. So I became a little bit fast on the trigger because I was scared. Dudes were getting killed in Attica, and a lot of times, here's something I've noticed in New York State prison: most of the dudes who get killed in New York State prison got killed by accident. Most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, the dude who stabbed them or did what they did to them wasn't trying to kill them. They was trying to hurt them. They was trying to get them out the jail. They was trying to defend themselves. But very, very, very rarely were they actually trying to kill that individual. And I had a saying, ain't no one going to kill me by accident. Ain't no one going to kill me by accident. That was a big part of my mind frame then. And actually, a little bit after that, after I took that photo, I actually had got into an incident, went to the box for assaulting another inmate. Yeah, yeah, I don't want to glamorize that, but that's what it was then. And I ended up cutting the dude with a scalpel in Attica in C Block Yard. Then we got on with the hands, and I whipped his ass. I whipped his ass, drugged him, and I went to the box. I got a year in the box, and it was stupid. It wasn't even my beef. It was another beef, and yeah, it was a stupid situation, man. What it really was, the kid I hit, he was going home in like 6 to 8 months. My comrade Danny in the flick was going home in 6 to 8 months. They had a beef. So this beef, it's dead, but it seemed like it's simmering. It didn't feel like it was going to stay dead. And one day I was in the yard, and I was with my man Negro, the other kid in the flick. My boy Danny wasn't outside that night. I said, yo, man, I'm gonna tear this dude up, man. Cause I got 25 to life. Danny got a few months. He about to go home. I'm not gonna watch him jeopardize that. I'm gonna tear this dude up. And I tore this dude up. In retrospect, now as a man, I would have never did that. I would have never did that. I would have let that in his hands. Are you willing to risk your freedom? You willing to risk your life for this beef? Or can we dead this, or can we do this a different way? You know what I'm saying? But I would have left that ball in his court. But I was so loyal. But that's how we got down. Like he beat dude up for me in another spot when I wasn't there. Shit like that. But we used to prove our loyalty through violence. In reality, a lot of people would say, "Yo, that dude is mad loyal. He's loyal." You say he's loyal because it was tested through violence, and it's a horrible yardstick. But when you in that world, that's how people judge you, man. That's how people judge you with if you was gonna hold your own or if you wasn't. And I wasn't no tough guy. I wasn't no gangster. I wasn't running yards or running prisons, but I was a stand-up dude and I was gonna do what I had to do, you know what I mean? And along the way, unfortunately I got into a few incidents and I spent about 10 and a half years between Key Block and the box, which is almost the same shit. Except in Key Block, you got your property. That's the only difference. Yeah, but I did about 10 and a half years like that, locked down. Word.
With your first marriage, you said you was married before it didn't work. How old were you when you get married, and why didn't it work? In your description.
Ooh, I got married when I was 35 years old in prison to a woman I met. Wonderful, wonderful woman, man. She was great. She was bending over backwards for me, took care of me for 11 years. And after I came home, all we did was fight and fight and fight and fight, and we ended up getting divorced. And I realized that we had married each other for the wrong reason. She married me because she thought she'd be able to shape me and mold me into what she wanted. And because she was in a position of control with me locked down, she in a position to control everything go through her. Me, I married my friend because she was such a good friend and so loyal to me. But in reality is, attraction means something. Not that she wasn't attractive, she was attractive, but at the time I was never with a skinny chick. She was skinny. I was never with a white girl. She was white. And I came home and it just felt too different for me. It felt out of place. Plus, we were fighting all the time, and that's why I just came out and said, "Listen, we got to get a divorce and salvage the friendship we got now. Because if we let this go on, it's going to get worse and worse and worse." You know what I'm saying? And we ended up getting divorced after only 6 months home. Boy, that's not the way I planned it to be, but that's how it went down.
You was about to get into a story. You was getting ready to tell me something about the situation with your son and his father, because you said he was still active in his life.
No, that's the reason I won't be quick to be like this is my son as opposed to my stepson because his father is there. Because he is an active presence. He lives with him, he stays with us at times, but that's home base. That's where
I
he lives.
respect
That's
that.
where he's been his whole life. And he's a good dude and he's a good father. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that.
That's right. That's right.
I respect that. That's
That's
why I'll
right.
be hesitant to just say my child, my son, out of caution that I wouldn't want him to ever feel disrespected in no kind of way.
My man right here, Tebow, said to ask you this. He said, how do you feel about the dangerous games that they play on the internet that could easily end up with the prison bid or being killed?
It's stupid, man. It's stupid because what ends up happening on the internet, people treat each other in ways they wouldn't treat each other if they was face to face. And I'm not saying this because they would be scared if they were face to face. Even if they certified gangsters, to be in someone's presence and feel someone's energy, you might have more compassion towards them. You might just have more respect for them. But I'm not in your presence. I don't know your energy. I'm hearing you online, like say the channels I listen to. I might listen to some stories on Saint Laz. I might listen to El Famous. I might come into the Big Dice Chronicles. I might come this. Never in your is different when you're not in the present. You can get a certain feeling, but it's different. And because of that, I think a lot of people treat people in ways they normally wouldn't if it wasn't through this internet, right? If they wasn't doing this, and it's retarded, man. It's retarded because, and especially if you're one of these dudes who want to be flashing and talking about crimes and committing crimes and filming it, I don't understand that. I don't
Like New
understand
York
that.
nigga just said, she said it makes it easy for law enforcement to build a case.
Yeah, and if you do some stupid, and yo, I seen some shit, man. These dudes filmed the shootout. They filmed the shootout, and I'm saying to myself, if they get locked up, they deserve every day they get just for being that stupid. Not that I want to see someone get locked up. Not that I want to see someone get some time, but you definitely put yourself in a stupid position, man. It's karma.
That's
Karma
right.
is nothing but cause and effect. And if that causes you running your mouth, being stupid, being reckless, and the effect is you getting locked up, you brought that upon yourself. in some way, somehow. You know, I take full responsibility for my actions, man. I believe in cause and effect, big time, man.
You got some people. Yo, Half, let me see your face, Half.
Salute, Uncle Dice. Salute,
Yo,
Tommy.
Half, let me see
Salute,
your
my
Salute,
face.
man.
brother.
Half, let me see your face.
Blessings.
Oh, they try to get us again with the pawn bomb.
Again?
They tried to hit us with that yakety yak. Don't come
Ah,
back.
damn.
You see,
These
Wow.
people just don't.
Yo, Half, you in the building right quick. Yo, Half, tell me if that was you that just pulled up, Half.
Tommy,
Yo, my
man,
man
you see
Acid
what these
Party
people
said,
do?
Salute, Dre.
yo,
Yeah,
Tommy, did you
man.
ever knuckle up
Salute,
with
my
Preacher?
brother.
Say that again, Dice.
Did you ever knuckle up with Preacher? See, Half said, not me, Dice. Yeah, they trying to pawn. I you doodle heads. Lucifer up in the morning. I'm gonna
You talking about the
chase
police
you out
preacher?
of here.
You talking about the police preacher in Attica?
Yeah.
Nah, I never knuckled up with him. I knuckled up
Magnificent Mecca. Let me
with
see your
police,
face,
not
baby.
him though.
Yo, Mec, let me see your face, baby. Oh, that's you. Say no more.
You know what, Tommy? I'm glad
I
you
did
made
have
it
an
out
incident
that
with him though.
sucker.
Yo, we got
Yeah, me
Magnificent
too.
Mec up in the building,
Me
Tommy.
more
You
than
know we
you.
got the Dread Comp in the
Hey,
building. I know they wanted to
hello,
talk to y'all
Miss
because
Mecca.
Blessings.
Compa was sitting down there like he
How
was
you
waiting
doing?
on the B-46. My fault, Tommy. I was just talking to him. I told Compa, I said,
You
give me a
happy
minute.
with you?
Compa left. Compa said, that's a goddamn minute, Dice. I'm back. Yo, shout out to the Dread Compa. If y'all not subscribed, subscribe to the
Salute.
Dread Compa, man. I know y'all want to talk to Tommy. Go ahead and get this right, man.
Yeah, man. You know what, Tommy, man? Listen to what you say, everything through the struggle with the
Oh, we
Maul
got
Dukes.
L
Cause my
Famous
mom,
in the building.
L Famous,
Oh,
salute,
salute
my
L
We
brother.
got
Famous.
L
What's
Famous
good,
in the
man?
building.
What's good, man?
Blessings.
I
You
know what it
heard?
is, man. Salute to the
You
chat.
heard?
You know what it is, man.
Blessings, King. Blessings,
Yo,
blessings.
I love you, L. I appreciate you for pulling up, man.
Thanks, man. Salute to the chat. Y'all know how we do, man.
You more than welcome to
Blessings,
be up here.
King.
You more than welcome to be up here, man. For real. We got Tommy up
So,
in the building. We know we got Tommy from St. Lance. You know we was all on the same
yeah, I know.
platform. If
I'm
y'all ain't seen
familiar
the
with it.
L
I'm
Famous
familiar with
stories,
his stories. His story's official. You heard? Talk
y'all
that
know
gun
what it
talk.
is,
Mm-hmm.
Thank
man.
you.
Y'all supposed to be there, man. We got kings up on it and a queen up on the platform tonight. You dig what I'm saying? Smash that
Yes.
like
Shout
button
out
and
my
share this
Aunt
live,
Mac
man.
back.
Shout out to Queen.
Anything y'all want to talk to
Yeah.
Tommy about?
Tommy, what you
Man,
I understand all that. That's beautiful, like what you did back then. But what are you doing now? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about your accomplishments.
Get her,
Ooh,
Tommy. Get her,
thank you,
Tommy.
thank you. Well, right now, well, my accomplishments, man. One of the things I see as an accomplishment, I came out of prison and went to a shelter. I ain't have no family. I have none of that. I'm paying $3,000 a month in rent and utilities right now. I ain't happy I'm paying that much, but it show how far I came from being in a homeless shelter, and I did that through personal training. I ain't do it
right.
on
Somebody
the
turn their
street.
TV down in the background.
Yeah, someone got their TV up. I
Somebody
ain't do it
TV
on
up
the
in the
street.
background.
I ain't pick up a
Oh, shit.
gun. I ain't sell no drugs. I wasn't pimping. I did it the right way. You know what I'm saying? And I did it from the mud, man. I did it from the mud because I'm good at what I do, and I believed in myself, and I was
Yo,
determined
Roski,
that
hold
I'm
on,
never gonna
salute.
put myself back
Yo,
in prison.
Roski, you know you my man. It ain't nothing but love. I know you be bugging sometimes, Ross, but me and you done talk. I'd appreciate it when you come over here. It's nothing but love over here. It's no flipping. What it is when you say certain things over here in the chat, the supporters is really gonna get on you because this grown man business, Roski. I love you. You're more than welcome to come over here and enjoy the show. You're more than welcome to pull up on the platform anytime you want to, as long as you come up respectfully. But do me a favor, just please respect the chat. It ain't nothing but love. Go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, so that's my big accomplishment, Mac. And I landed myself a beautiful woman, man. That's an accomplishment as well, you know, and a strong relationship that I've built with her
Blessings.
over the past 3.5 years.
Blessings, bro. Blessings.
Thank you,
That
man.
might be Compa. Yeah, that's you, Compa. You got to turn your TV down. That's you, Compa. Yeah, that's Compa. Word
So
up,
I
Tommy.
got
Yo, I
another
appreciate you. Like I
question.
said, we got people in the building. We got Tommy in the building, y'all. Don't be
Okay.
scared. Ask these questions. He here.
Yeah, what's that, Mecca?
Matter of fact, I got this for everybody up here. Where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
I don't know, but I see myself in the South. I see myself being somewhere that I'll never see Snowflake again.
You'll see a flake here too. Just a flake here too. Ain't nothing.
Acting like I don't see it.
I've been here
You ain't,
18 years. It snowed twice, Tommy.
you ain't
That's
gonna
what I'm
need no
talking
snow
about.
boot. You ain't gonna
It
need
ain't
no
even no
snow
snow.
boots.
It's dust on the ground.
It's
Yo, I
glands.
heard down.
I
I
didn't
heard
even
down south.
I didn't even know it's snow down south.
Oh, yo, I can't ignore this. I'm sorry, Tommy. You messed up with something, so I gotta address this because my sister's in the building. She not gonna pull up, but she gonna let you know how I feel. We got So Divine in the building. When you said after 11
Salute my
years
sister.
that y'all separated, So Divine is funny. She said after 11 years, and then she asked, "Where's the ex-wife now? And is she doing well?"
She doing phenomenal. She lived half her life on LA and half her life in Jersey. She getting bread. She teaches meditation. She's very involved in everything around meditation and that kind of, I won't say paraphernalia, merchandise that go along with that, Tibetan singing bowls. She's doing beautiful, man. She's doing beautiful. She's doing better than me, let me tell you that.
I know that's right.
Hey,
I know that's right.
the main thing, Tommy, she doing.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yo,
That's
L,
That's
right.
come
it.
up on
She
the
doing.
platform. L, talk to the people about your platform, man. Talk to them, man. I'm always shouting you out. Talk to the people, L.
You already know, man. You know how I go, man. We on your platform right now, man. It's all about you right now, man.
Yo,
You
nah,
heard?
you named me one of the greatest storytellers ever. I'm gonna give you your flowers while you here,
Right.
God.
But you is though. You is, man. You brought movies to the station. You know how I go, man. You
That's
brought
you though.
movies.
That's why I told people if I hear anybody on YouTube saying you
Mhm.
heard, I'm dead serious. Like that shit should be quote unquote
Yeah,
stamped. You need to
B.
get that product out with them t-shirts out. Word up.
I know, man. I know. There's a lot of
Because
things
you
I gotta
said
do,
that.
man.
Everybody said that. We
Hey,
didn't heard that
yo,
before. Nobody said
you,
like L.
you gotta link me with that dude that did your introduction, man. I gotta do that, man.
I
I gotta
got
get a
somebody
fire
for you. The dude
introduction.
that did my introduction, he told me with the exposure I've been giving him, L, because
Mm-hmm.
he has a job. He said
Mm-hmm.
his DM is crazy. He said his DM is crazy.
Nah, he fire, man. He
But
fire.
everybody, but we got Tube Chronicles in the build. Yo, L, you already know. You got the number. Just hit me. We got some shit. We got Team Guardian over here, L. We got
Mm-hmm.
somebody. Yo, we got somebody that's a wizard. Huh, man? What I'm saying, man?
Wizard.
A wizard.
Nice.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
A wizard. A wizard.
Nice.
And I'm so honored that God put him in my life.
He taught me so much stuff I fell asleep in class.
Who was that?
My man Tube Chronicles TV, he in the building.
Oh, all right.
He be doing
Shout
movie
out
night and
to
all that.
Chronicle.
Shout out to Tube
Shout
Chronicles.
out
Yo, I
to
didn't even
Chronicles.
know.
You heard?
Shout it out.
Shout out to.
People
He,
that was around me didn't even tell me that I was supposed to download and upload my videos for the whole world could see. I didn't even know that. So I got like 100 videos that's
How
actually
you do that, Uncle Dice?
We'll talk. You gotta download it on your computer, then you gotta upload it, then you gotta thumbnail it, go through the questionnaire, and then you gotta put it out as a premiere or load it. I was never told this. Tube told me this.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I got 100 videos, Al, but it's only one video that was playing, which was my introduction. Tube said you don't got nothing loaded, so now I had to go through the process of
You
uploading,
ain't got no
downloading.
content.
I didn't have
You
no
ain't got no
content loaded.
content.
I had them stored where people, if they
Mhm.
typed in my name, could see them, but they wasn't visibly being rotated through the algorithm, if I'm saying that right, through YouTube. And shout out to Tube Chronicles.
Algorithms.
The algorithm.
The
Learn something
goddamn
new every day.
algorithms.
Word
Every
up.
day.
Yeah, Al, you know, holla at me about that shit. They did some real. Yo, like I said,
Oh,
shout out
L
to Team
Boogie.
Guardian.
I mean L Famous.
Yeah.
And Tommy, let me ask y'all a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can a person be
Sure.
bisexual?
Yo, don't start
Here
listening
she
to
go
her.
with this
Wake up.
shit, with
Hell,
this
Get out of here. Don't listen to
no.
bisexual shit.
Hell
Say
no. You
what?
either
She made this shit. Hey yo, L Book. Aunt Mac made this shit up the other day. I said, what? The fuck you mean? She said, I'm from there, but I'm bisexual. I said, so
Yes.
you bisexual? She said, yeah, bisexual. I ain't never heard no shit like that in my
I
goddamn
just because I
motherfucking
made
life.
it up.
Nah, man. You either or. You know how I
I'm
go.
from New York. Look. I was born and raised in New York, in the Bronx, right?
Y'all gotta know the same people, Al.
That's what my birth certificate say. Bronx, New York, St. Francis Hospital. But
All right.
I live in North Carolina.
Oh,
So I'm
well,
bisexual.
No, you goddamn bi-bronxual. That's what the fuck you is. Bi-bronxual. Yeah. You just. How they say reside out there in the Carolinas, but you are bi-bronxual. That's it. Goddamn state you. The
I
fuck?
think you
Yo,
can
you
be
know what
Mecca.
I
I
wanted
think
to
you
ask you though,
can.
Tommy? You know what
I
I
ain't
Thank
wanted to
you.
limiting
ask
you.
Thank
What's
you.
that,
Thank
Big
you.
Dice?
Who
Tommy,
said
don't
that,
jive.
Tommy?
Don't jive with that jive. God
Who
damn
said
it.
that, Tommy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
Don't
see,
start that
that's
jive.
see, Tommy. That's why I
we
rocks
universal,
with
man.
you.
We not limited to a geographical location.
No, we're not. But we ain't no goddamn bisexual.
Yeah, you got a point there,
I'm
Tommy.
jacking it, man. I'm running with it, man.
I know that's right.
Yo.
I'm running with
Like
it.
Yeah.
all them
I'm
people
with
that
it.
ran with the Philadelphia Eagles to win the Super Bowl because she said they was gonna win because they had silver, black, and green uniforms.
Smoke. They got
No,
their boots smoked.
that's what I said. They the money team
Yo,
because
Tommy, let
they
me ask you
color.
something because I want you to tell a youth something. And you too,
Sure.
L Famous. After the
Mm-hmm.
time y'all spent, because y'all out here, L Famous fucking with the kids now, y'all, and doing the activist thing and making sure he's doing it right with his family and everything.
Beautiful.
But after the
Beautiful.
time that y'all did like that, my dude, what y'all want to tell these youths and these people out here that's watching? Because this ain't nothing to glorify. We just trying to glorify our success and our growth as individuals. We're not trying to tell people. We're trying to tell you what not to do.
I know.
Go
Go ahead,
ahead, Al. I'm
Tom.
waiting for
Go.
you.
You go first, Tom.
Okay. Well, I would tell these kids, man, that it's strength and humility. You could be just because you humble, don't mean you punk, don't mean you soft, don't mean you weak. There's strength and humility, and to be a gentleman first. Be a gentleman before anything else, because we get caught up in these ideas of who we want to be. We get caught up in these ideas of having a certain type of image, of having a certain type of presence, and it's all an idea. Just be you and let that flow naturally, man. You ain't got to impress nobody,
Mm-hmm.
man. Learn to find strength and humility.
That
That's
need to
all
go
I
on
would
the
That's
say.
real shit.
T-shirt right
Yeah.
there.
And I would just
That's
piggyback
real.
off of
That's
that by
real stuff.
saying like just almost the same thing. Like basically, just be a leader, not a follower. You know what I'm saying? I learned that
Mm-hmm.
when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to be a follower. That's why when I was down with the gangs, I was only down with it for a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't really hang with how they was getting down. You know what I'm saying? You heard? It turned to a lot of black on black crime. So like it's like I'm for the youth, but I mainly trying to. I really want the youth to stay out them games. You know what I'm saying? You heard? Because it's easy to get in them, but it's hard to get out. You heard? It's hard to get
Right.
out. You know what I'm saying? Easy to get
Right.
in, but hard to get out. You heard?
Yes, indeed.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And they
right.
need to know that. And if they're watching youngins, I need to know that when you in them pins, you ain't got no friends. And that's
And
just
that's a
that.
fact, Carl.
Yep.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
If
You
y'all
ain't
ain't
got
been
no friends
subscribed,
when
man,
you're in
listen
Friends.
to this
pins.
channel, man.
A
Please,
lot
man,
of them
subscribe
dudes
to
ain't
this
gonna
channel,
be
man.
there, man.
That's
If
because
y'all ain't heard him
you.
on St. Laz, go pay attention to L, man. He tell you, like, vividly pay attention to what L telling you, man. Like, this man, he was definitely blood. He definitely was getting super busy. And then he just had a different thought one day and changed his life.
Yep.
Ain't nothing
Woke
wrong
What's
with
up,
up,
that,
woke up
bro.
Bando?
No.
crying in my cell. Woke up crying in my cell, B. You heard?
Hey yo,
I never
Tommy.
forget
Hey
that
yo,
day.
Tommy.
See,
Tommy.
listen, I
Hold up.
Yeah.
respect that.
Tommy. L.
Yo.
Tommy. Yo, L. Yo, Tommy. Yo, L. Tell me this. Tell me this
Mhm.
probably wasn't the worst feelings in your freaking life.
We
When
got
you
Danny
woke
Lux in
up,
the
thought
building,
you
y'all.
shout out Danny Luck.
Who's
Yo,
she
you
out?
woke
You
up.
know?
How many times you woke up in your cell thinking you was home and tried to shake your head over like, and you're like, yeah, I'm
Oh,
home. And when you really wake up, you on the child. Tell me
yeah.
that
Yo, Mano
fucking feeling
Design
ain't
said
Yeah,
like
just
the
A
man.
got in
few
with
worst
us
times,
over here,
feelings,
man.
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 He said,
A
be
few
careful with this
times.
corn Bob
But
Smitty, man.
I
They
had a,
trying
I
to
had
get
a,
us over here.
I
But we
had
ain't
a,
going
I
to do
had a,
that. We Team
I
Guardian.
had a, I had what you consider like a low bid. I only had a 4 to 8, but I did my time in Max's, so I was around dudes like Tommy that had 25 to life and 50 years and 60 years and all that. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
when I was
right.
in, honestly, when I was in there, a lot of the dudes used to thought I had more time than I had the way I used to be. You know what I'm saying? But I only had a 4 to 8. So I never used to complain about time. You know what I'm saying? Because I was around everybody that had way much more than me. You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't going nowhere. And it's surprising that a lot of them dudes is home now. You heard? A lot of them dudes is home. Man, dude, Tommy, you heard? Dudes had quarters, man. But when you in there and you got 6, 7 years in, that felt like eternity, B. Then you feel like you ain't gonna never go home, B. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, L Famous. I think I was in Wendy with you, man.
Yeah, I think you said we was in Clan or Attica together.
I think I was in Wendy in 2003, 2004.
No, I was in Wendy. I was in Wendy in 2000 and 2001. Then I went to Attica in 2001.
Oh, I left Attica 2001. Okay.
Yeah. So I probably
we got my man Tommy and we got
when I was in Attica, I was chilling with Chino Blast. I heard you say you was in C Block. Yeah.
That's my dude. He in Green Haven.
Yeah,
right now.
that's my bro.
I just sent him some bread a few months ago.
Oh, word? He's still in Shawanga?
No, he in Green Haven.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
Jose
I gotta link up with you. No, I got his name and numbers. I gotta get at him, man. I ain't get at him in years, man.
That's my dude.
Yeah, right. B.
Yo, Danny, I hope you enjoyed the show. We got legends up on the show tonight, Danny.
I just got in, you know. I came from the streets.
Who that? Cops. Hi, Cops. How you doing, Cops?
Yo, Dice.
What's up, baby?
Yo, Dice, you ain't get a people since you've been on this platform. I ain't hear you get a people one of your epic stories, man. You heard?
Yo, you want to hear something funny, Al? I'm glad you said that to me, and I'm gonna tell you some deep shit. To my mother, to my beautiful, beloved mother. Shout out to St. Laz. I'm gonna keep it funky with you, y'all. When he pulled me to the stage about my man M, I didn't even know the effect that it was gonna have on the world.
I'm telling my homeboy, you look just like my best friend that died. Mecca, I'm sorry y'all to cut y'all off. Mecca, I'm telling my home, Mecca look just like my best friend lady that passed. That's why
I am your best friend. I'm everybody's best friend.
That's right.
She looked just like fucking lady, bro. That's
why I appreciate that, Roski. He said
I can't leave her alone, bro.
Yo, Roski, matter of fact, Roski, hit me on the Big Dice Chronicles, man. You ain't never hit me while
I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. I'm sorry.
I ain't hit you where you can hit me up and let me know.
Shout out to Roski.
Hold on.
You jive turkey.
I want to. No. I want to know who sent him. I want to know who sent him.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Yo, Roski, hit me up on the Big Dice Chronicles because I need your number anyway so we can rap on some grown man shit. But I appreciate you for letting me know about that because, like I said, everybody in here, they know if you don't show your face before you get up on this platform, we won't even play them games. But back to what you were saying, Al. Respect.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a nice story from you, bro. Yeah.
Do it, but I'd rather do it with you on your
Uncle Dice.
You got it so.
Guess
loud.
what?
Hold
Give
on,
L your uncle.
Hold on. You know why a lot of people ask me that? Jai Ace in the building.
Salute to Jai Ace, big.
Salute. I've named him the hood therapist. Y'all understand and been paying attention to L Famous. I'm the one that said from day one, L Famous for president.
Yeah. Yeah, and I know what you meant by that too.
You see what they say about my stories? I don't
salute, bro.
My stories is like L stories. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna say it right now. L shit different. L shit
Uncle Dice, we got the same Uncle Dice. If we were to tell L and Tommy and Aunt Mac about our stories about how our building on Sterling was on America's Most Wanted. How we sat there. Hold on. Oh, you did it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Did you tell them how they felt? How we lived? Niggas was living in the motherfucking. We living in this building for years, and guess what was in this building for all these years? About 300. About no exaggeration. About 20, 30 bodies wrapped up inside our walls, nigga.
Yeah.
In our walls.
And Barry.
Tell him, Uncle Dice.
Shout out to Eric Vasco. He just came home from doing 32 and a half.
Salute, Uncle B. Salute, Uncle B.
Back to Jamaica. Real super right gangster.
Yeah.
That I grew up
with. And free Frankie Boo, too, man. What's up with Frankie Boo?
Yo,
man?
Frankie Boo about to. Yo, Frankie Boo about to come home. I just talked to him yesterday. No bullshit, nigga. He out there in North Carolina with y'all. Yep, he up there. Yeah,
down here in Wilmington, fucking with the
yeah.
That's right.
I just talked to him. The day before yesterday, and his
Get
little
outta
brother
here.
Boom Boom about to come home
Shit.
too from doing the quarter. Like a lot of the homies about to come home. Man, shit, man.
Yo,
a lot of the homies about to come home.
We got Roski in the building. I love you for that, Roski. No,
Salute, Roski.
My man said, yo, you trolled me for 2 years.
Roski,
hold on. He said you trolled me for 2 years, but this ain't the channel for that. So I entertain you on another platform, and I salute you for that, Roski. You know you more than
I want to know, guys.
That's respect.
Guys,
I like when motherfuckers can understand. We talk our shit. It is what it is.
Guys,
Is what it is.
That's what it is, cops.
Yes, ma'am.
Guys,
yes,
you
ma'am.
hear me?
I can hear you.
You hear me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
To get cups.
This is what I want to know. This is what I want to know.
I'm listening.
I want to know who sent him.
Who said who? Art Macbeth.
We ain't gonna do that now because we got Tommy up here. I told him I'm gonna hit him
All right.
side. I'm gonna get him right.
Okay.
I'm gonna get him right. I'm gonna find out everything.
But can I ask Tommy a question real quick?
Come on, L, you home, boy?
Sure.
You
Yo,
home.
bro, how many years you said you did, bro?
27.
27. What was the wildest joint up north that you was in, you say?
I don't think anyone. I'm gonna say a few. It changes, right? At a certain point, it might have been Clinton. At a certain point, it might have been Attica. I'll probably go with them too, right there.
You was in Attica?
Yeah, 6 years. 6 years and some change. I was in Attica. I did 3 years in Attica box.
That was the worst.
See, I know some of the wildest joints up there, and I know you was in them. But I wanted you to give that, give content for the viewers. You know what I'm saying?
So,
you heard? Because they don't know. You heard?
So let me ask you a question.
Sure.
When you were in there, right? Did you try to, did they have like schooling? Did you go to school?
Yeah, they had that.
Talk about that.
All right, so I got a GED while I was in there, and I had started going to college, but I couldn't do college. It requires so much reading and writing that you had to live in your cell and do that, and I had too much pent up energy. I had to get out and work out, so I didn't do college. But I read so many books, man. Yo, there's so many dudes in there that are incredibly educated, man, who are sharp dudes who will teach you and have books and we we would share books with each other, come out to the yard, build on the book, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. And that's why I got a very informal education, but I'm very well read. And I did get my GED in there. That I did.
Blue Dot got a question for y'all. Blue Dot got a question for y'all.
You getting the GED just the fact that you want to reach out and get the knowledge.
Well, I got my GED here too. I got my GED there too. Yep.
If you don't mind me asking, brother, if you don't mind me asking, because I just came in, if you want to give up that, you don't. Why was you incarcerated? 27.
For murder in the second degree. I had two separate murder cases when I was 16 years old. Unfortunately, I was a street kid, and I was selling drugs and all that stuff kind of came with that life in the neighborhood I grew up in East New York, Brooklyn. And I got caught up. I wish I didn't. I'm not proud of that at all. Believe me, I'm not proud of that. I don't glorify that stuff at all.
Wow.
So how many times?
Shout out to the whole East.
Okay, this gonna be a 2-part question, right? How many times have you been incarcerated, and when was the last time?
Good question.
That you was like, this is it.
Good question.
My last bid,
I mean, he said when he went in at 16, and he been in from he was 16 and came in at.
No, but
why you answering somebody else's question?
That's right. No, I was just going off what the conversation. I mean,
go ahead, Tommy.
Now I did 3 juvenile bids, but they were little, 18 months, 6 months, a year in DFY. So those don't really count on your adult record, but when I got locked up at 16, the only 2 states in America that was giving 16-year-olds grown ass man time was New York and North Carolina at the time. They're trying to change that now, but when I did that 27, that's the only bit I did as an adult, and that was enough for me.
Oh my God.
My man
That was
Blue
enough
Dot
for
said,
me.
Like Paul and them.
He said, yo, Blue Dot, you can use your other account too, because I found out about the blocking.
27.
I had 73 blocks. But he got a question. He said, I got a family member that just got upstate telling the fam he don't really know, he really don't want to gangbang no more, but he have 3 years to do. Can he make it out without catching a new charge? He said because
L
he was
Famous, I'm gonna let you do that, L. You got more experience in that than me.
I ain't been up there in a minute, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. It's hard if you part of a gang. It's hard to leave a gang because somebody already know that you down with a gang. You was somewhere claiming, and they know that you part of a gang. So it's hard. It's kind of hard to leave a gang if you're not strong minded and mentally. You got to be mental. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And it comes with some heart too, because peer pressure is a mother, man. Peer pressure is the mother. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And yo, just listening to his story.
Hold on, Danny. Go ahead, Al.
Just listen to the story. Listen to what he said earlier about his story, where he said he blew a dude because his man had beef with and was going home. You heard? Those are the type of incidents, those are the type of situations, those are the type of people that you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? In that environment. You know what I'm saying? You heard? It could go down for nothing. You heard? You know what I'm saying? So if you down with a gang and then you trying to say you not down with a gang, I don't know how it's going to be for you, big. You know what I'm saying? I've been out of there for like 20 years now. You heard?
Let me ask you something, Al.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know your story and I heard you tell this story on your channel and on Same Last. But I want you to tell everybody in the chat, what did you do and how did you overcome and survive leaving the game?
Like I told you, like I basically I just woke up one day and I said I'm out of it, B. But it was a hard decision because, like I told you, the day I decided that I was leaving it, I was offered position, you know what I'm saying, from somebody that had position, you know what I'm saying? So it would have got me more deeper into it than I thought, you know what I'm saying? So, but like I have more love for my grandmoms, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to get home. I couldn't let my grandmother die while I be in prison. You heard? You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't, B. You know what I'm saying?
Salute.
You heard?
Salute.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if people you know, pay attention to more on the people that they love, like their kids, their family members, you know what I'm saying? It'll take you further than, riding for a gang or riding for fake rules and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I meant it.
Say that again, Al. Say that again, Al.
Can I ask
fake
him something?
rules, you know,
Hold on,
fake
Danny.
rules, man.
That second part you said, the fake
Can
rules.
I ask him something with that?
Hold on, Danny. Get into that part I wanted to hear about, because this is what's confusing our children, Al.
Yeah, because
our children, this structure, this so-called fake structure, and these fake rules. I need you to talk about that.
Yeah, well, it's out of hand now. You know what I'm saying? It's past us. You heard? Because it's not even a gang no more. When I was gang, everybody came from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Came together. It was bloods from Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Harlem, upstate, all over. It brought us all together. But now it's broken down to set, so it's all messed up. And these young kids, you know what I'm saying? What are they banging for? You know what I'm saying? They ain't banging for nothing. They ain't banging for no money. They just banging to be in jail for a longer time. You know what I'm saying?
Just to say they banging.
Just to say they banging. And
Danny, what you wanted to ask him, Dan?
You fucked me up. I didn't forget. Shit.
See, that's why I'm glad.
Yeah, fuck you up. Them cops fucked you up.
Okay, let me ask all of y'all questions.
I love you, Daddy.
I'm confused because I never thought about, even if the gang shit was around me, I never thought about doing that. To me, I'm not dissing nobody that's a part of a gang. Salute to all of that, but ain't me. Not a part of nothing.
There's a lot of people like that.
I don't want nobody to think. Don't depend on me, bro. I need people around me with crutches. I need
Don't
crutches.
bring on
I'm
me.
not no gang. I'm not better than you. I don't look up to nothing but God and me and fam. So I'm confused when I get confused when niggas say one thing. Oh, it was this woo woo woo, and then it's like following to me, bro. I'm not a follower. You know what I mean? I never felt like I need to have my name attached to nothing to feel nothing about me. And I'm from Richmond, 23rd and Newborn. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck if the Bloods, the Crips around. I don't have to do that. You niggas do that. I want to wear whatever color it is. I'm fly. You heard me? I want to wear red, bitch. You know what I mean? I'm not. A lot of niggas is like followers, bro. I feel like a lot of niggas got with gangs and shit for protection, bro. Niggas needed protection, bro. So they had to connect themselves to certain. I feel like niggas and bitches was weak. They couldn't hold their shit on their own, so they connect their names to certain shit, bro. And in my world, that shit don't matter to me. I don't.
How y'all feel about that, Tommy? How you feel about that? That's true.
That's not everybody, though.
I'm just saying how I feel. I don't understand that.
You right though. It's a lot of people that feel the same way you feel. A lot of people.
I'm good. I'm
when
not.
I was banging,
I'm not wearing no certain color for none of you, bro.
Put it like this. It was a big mistake on my part, that I feel.
It wasn't. I'm not knocking you.
No, why do you feel? Hold on. Why do you feel as though? Why did you feel that way, Al? Go into this.
Because all it did was, like, I did 7 years and half of that was locked up in the box. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And if I didn't make a decision to leave it alone, I probably would have never made it home when I made it home. I had a 4 to 8 non-violent, and I did 7 years on it. You heard? You know what I'm saying? So you heard, to people that did 25 and 15 and 16, that ain't nothing. But like I said, I had a 4 to 8 non-violent. You heard? And I did 7 years on it. You know what I'm saying? Messing with that gang. 3.5 years in the box. You heard? You know what I'm saying?
I could believe you, Al. I know my homie, he only went in there he only had to do a 2 to 3. That's the homie, that's the homie Black, Uncle Dice. He only went in there for a 2 to 3. Guess what? That nigga, that was 1998. Guess what? It's 2023. He's still in that motherfucker.
See what I mean? And I met a lot of brothers like that, B. I'm pretty sure he met a lot of brothers like that too.
Yeah.
You heard?
Yes, I did. My trainer.
All he had to do a 2 to 3. He was gonna be home in 18 months.
Yeah,
that nigga ain't never coming home.
As far as you, Mr. Morris, bro, 27. My homeboy Paul did what? 28. Was supposed to not ever come home. He did his job promoting in the community, and the governor and them wrote for him to come home. That's a lot.
That's what's up.
You did.
Yeah, you get that kind of support.
27. A lot. I gotta
say,
I don't care what you did.
Gotta salute the brother.
Penny for that.
Appreciate that. Appreciate you.
Yeah, gotta salute him. You right, Danny.
Right, brother. Can't nobody like your mental strength to do that. Can't nobody fuck with that.
I'm fortunate. I'm very fortunate.
And you understood it. I'm wrong, and I'm gonna sit the fuck down and live and do what God do. Salute to you, brother.
You can't cry over spilled milk.
Salute to you.
Can't cry over spilled milk.
And I'm fortunate.
These other niggas like you warriors. That's a warrior to me. Understand I'm wrong, and I'm gonna sit the fuck down and learn. I'm gonna gain knowledge. I'm not proud of none of this shit. I ain't crying either. I ain't asking for forgiveness. I understand I did what I did. I had to do what I did. Hey, bro, sometimes you got to blow my fucking head off. You do. It's you and me. It's you and me. Who you want?
No, she ain't talking no job, though.
She ain't lying.
I want me.
Nah, she ain't talking no job.
Me and you. You did what you did. You sat there and you learned, brother. You saying, I ain't proud. I love that. You.
Not to change the
Appreciate
subject.
you.
Salute to your trial too, brother. Salute to that.
That's L famous.
And
That's
you
L
gain
famous,
knowledge.
Danny. Yo,
You
Danny,
gain
that's L
knowledge.
famous. That's L
Thank
famous
you,
in the
Ma.
Damn Bronx, the real gangster. Go subscribe to his channel.
Salute to you, bro. We gain knowledge. Sometimes God sit us the fuck down because you got a lot of niggas that mothers are happy they're in jail.
Yes. They're relieved. They're not worrying what their sons running the
And I'm gonna
streets.
shut up off of that.
Yo, I know mothers who literally, happy. I couldn't understand it,
Smash
but I
that
know
mic
mothers
button.
who literally happy that their son is in jail doing 10 years, 15 years.
Want me to tell you why? As a mother, do you want me to tell you why?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I didn't understand it.
Man.
Because we know where you at.
That's it.
Copy.
We
Yo,
know where
bro.
you at.
And some of
you
you
knew
niggas
the-
wives too. Some of you niggas girlfriends and up, they happy. Look, they glad.
Not,
You don't
not
have
to
to
change
worry.
the subject. Yo, bro.
We know exactly
You
where
grew up with the
you're
bro
at.
Mike Beck, right?
Yeah, that's like my older brother. That's my big brother. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I listened to your story, man.
That's
I
right.
always heard a lot about Mike Beck, man. He seemed like a real brother. I remember him from the DVDs, man.
Yeah, he's a real dude, man. He got down with Pistol Pete and Fat Joe. They started that KAR movement and all that. He was official. Nasty knuckle game. Nasty knuckle game since we was little kids. He did his bit. He did time for a body. He regulated. You know, he was just stand-up dude, man. He raised me in the street, you know? That's why I call him my brother. He's like my big brother, man.
And he was nice with the rap, and he was starting to blow up with his music.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a damn shame he died, man.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed too because I was getting on to him from the DVDs. I forgot what DVD I seen him on. You heard? Then I heard he passed away, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, and I heard you
Tommy,
talking about my boy. My boy, Light Duval Connell.
Oh, Mike? Which Mike?
Duval. Light.
Oh, Duval?
Yeah.
You talking about Light? Oh, you said Light. Yeah. Yeah, I know Light.
Yeah, that's my
I grew up
guy.
with Light. Yeah. I grew up with Light.
My guy. I read about in the paper when he got killed. He was going to college and everything, man.
Yeah, he changed his life around. He was doing good. You heard? Stayed away from the street.
What y'all doing now?
Famous, I got a question.
I mean, what you got going on in your life? What you doing, brother?
I'm a personal trainer right now. I'm in the fitness industry, and I teach people how to stay in shape, keep their health right, and that's how I support myself. And I got a beautiful woman at home. I got 2 dogs, a child. Man, I ain't mad. I'm very fortunate.
Life good, ain't it? Life good.
Life is very good.
Yo, man, what's the question you have for L Famous?
Life good. L Famous, what you got going on, brother?
Regular right now, you know, just chilling. You know, I'm in a dog game. I sell dogs, bullies. You know what I'm saying? You heard me and my people. We got like 8-9 bullies. You heard? Yeah. All right, we ain't got no pups right about to drop, but when they about to drop coming up in this month, I'll let you know. You heard?
Let me know.
I got a question for you, L Famous.
Excuse me, Mom. My bad. I'm sorry,
you fine. You fine. Do as they would say, gang members and business. Do that go together?
You said what?
Like being in a gang, right? Active, as they say. I don't know, cause I don't know nothing about gangs, but I'm just, can that be? Can business technically be added with that? I guess culture, as they call it. I don't know.
I really didn't understand what you said.
All right.
She said me, L Famous. She on that candy cigarette. Give her time to get herself together. Right now, she's stuck, L. You know why I know she's stuck, L? Because when you told her to ask you the question, she said, what? Huh?
She doing the stuff.
When she go,
she did the stuff.
So
you did the stuff, Aunt Mac.
Y'all is gonna leave me
alone. You did the stuff.
No, I'm trying to.
My God,
serious question.
The candy cigarette.
Yeah, she did the stuff.
Yeah, she gone right now. She hides
No.
the goddamn
It's all
Jarrell's
good.
eyelashes.
No, I'm not.
Every time,
Listen to the
Mecca.
question.
Every
Mm-hmm.
time.
Just listen to the question, L
But
famous.
I
let's
heard
get
something
listen.
about
That
being
shit sound
active,
like some goddamn.
being active gang member.
Mo, you gotta
Right.
ask the question how these niggas understand that shit, Mo. Talk that shit, Mo. Fuck that
If
shit.
you do you
Yeah,
think
right.
if you've been in that lifestyle, right?
All right,
So do you think a businessman can be an
all right.
active gang member?
Oh yeah. Should a businessman should be an active gang member? Hell no. Why would he be? You know what I'm saying? A real
Talk.
businessman. You heard?
Facts. You a
Talk.
boss.
Like,
If you a
no,
businessman,
it's
you a
crazy,
boss.
man. It's crazy,
If
man.
you a
You know,
businessman,
me and
if you a businessman to me, you don't even want people to be under you. I don't want you to
exactly.
even. I don't want you to even look up to me to the point because you're gonna turn on me. You're
Gang life
gonna
and
That's
turn
all that
on
something that
stuff.
me. But
If
you
you
look
really
up to
realize
me
it,
so much.
it turned into entertainment for certain people. You heard? Like the real world, looking at the fake world, like it's entertainment right now. Everything is on TV right now. You heard? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Talk your shit,
Criminals,
bro.
everything is marketable. Everything is on TV. First 48, murder, everything. You heard? A&E.
Niggas recording their own crimes on their
Yeah,
cell phone.
it's marketable, and we not eating off of it. They
Right.
using
See,
our lives. You
Bloggers
heard?
Yeah.
are breaking down cases for the federal people. They don't even
Yep.
gotta break cases down no more. Cause
Oh
YouTube,
bloggers,
no.
YouTube,
They don't
YouTube
gotta
break
work
it
too
down
hard,
quick. Every
Danny.
time something happen, you
Yeah.
got mad dudes talking about the whole case from front to back. You heard? Shit crazy out here, man.
Yeah, we spent the
Yeah.
block on Little. Yeah, we smoking on Little
Yeah, man.
K4. Yeah, we spent the block over there. Yeah. We caught you over there at the Mickey D's and we put you
Crazy,
on
man.
your knees. Y'all come on, what the fuck?
I'm glad I came up at the time
Dumbass
I came up.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, that beautiful golden era, man.
So I got
Yeah.
another question for
The
the youth.
80s,
This
the
for the
80s and
youth.
90s, the 80s
It'll
and
never be
90s was
that.
the golden era, B.
That's a fact.
Golden.
Love it. Love
I'm
it.
asking you this question for the youth. For the youth.
hmm
I want to know: is it fun being in the game?
Good question.
Yeah, sometimes you heard. Like
You know when it was fun.
Hold
when
on.
I got into the game, like before I turned blood, it was a dude that asked me to convert over to Muslim. I turned him down. A dude asked me to become guard body. I turned him down. It was like the game shit was what was in my heart. It was what I was into. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't until I got into the game that I learned what the game was all about. You know what I'm saying? The blood gang in New York State prison system. You heard? You understand what I'm saying? At the time that I was in it. You know what I'm saying? And that was from 97 to 2000. You heard? So I was only in it for 3 years, but I played at a high level of it. You know what I'm saying? And I learned enough to know that it wasn't for me. You heard? You know what I'm saying? And I got out of it, you know what I'm saying? At the right time, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get out of it with nothing sucker happening to me or none of that.
Therefore,
so niggas join gangs while they in jail, not on the streets.
A lot of
Yeah.
whole ass niggas did that.
Hell yeah.
But you gotta
Those
give a
whole
reason for
niggas.
doing it. But
One mic.
it's like sometimes it's like a brotherhood. It's like a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at any jails around the United States, different prisons are more brutal than others. You understand what I'm saying? In California, in the feds, you gonna have to be down with something. You heard? You can't be running around talking about I'm dolo. You can't handle everybody. You know what I'm saying? But New York State is different. You ain't have to be down with no gang. You know what I'm saying? It's an option. You heard? But mostly everybody is something. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of religion organizations that move like gangs. You know what I'm saying? Some you got Muslims. You know what I'm saying? You got renegade Muslims. You know what I'm saying? You got guard bodies. You got renegade guard bodies. You know what I'm saying? You got flat hunters. You got Latin kings. You got the Yetas. You got all these different gangs. So you know, it's like everybody is down with something. Even people that don't sign up to be down with a gang, they still down with a crew. You know what I'm saying? And they crew got a name. You heard? You know what I'm saying? So a gang is a group of dudes. You know what I'm saying? You heard? It's just that the Bloods made a lot of things look bad. You heard? Because you know, it's just that they took over, man. They took over at a time, and then a lot of people ain't like niggas, and then they self-destruct. You know what I'm saying? They self-destruct, and that's what you see right now. You know what I'm saying? You heard? As far as the New York situation, you heard? And I was just talking about that on my channel. You heard a little bit. I was talking about that on my channel. Why LA, like, look, California don't respect New York blood system. You heard? You know what I'm saying? I was talking a little bit about it. You know what I'm saying, on my channel. But you heard it. That's deep. You know what I'm saying? That's deep. But like I said, I've been home 20 years. I've been out of that gang shit for like 23 years. So like I just promote. Don't get down with it. You know what I'm saying? If you down with it, I still know a lot of gang members and all that, but the gang members I know, they ain't running around flagging, doing no dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? They working, taking care of their family, doing what they supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Staying out of jail. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Staying out of prison.
For suckers. Jealous for suckers and homelessness.
It definitely is. See, you gotta remember, when I went to prison, when we went to prison in the early 90s. I went to prison in the mid 90s when Giuliani took over. If you know about Giuliani, Giuliani sent everybody to jail. You heard? Everybody was smoking.
Everybody,
you know what I'm saying?
Mafia, everybody. Corrupt judges. He was smoking everybody boots. Everybody
from my hood eventually did a bid. I don't give a hell if it was a 2 to 4. They was upstate, you heard? In my era. But in the Giuliani Pataki era, it was all about prison, you heard? You know what I'm saying? And we got caught up. Everybody ain't get caught up, but majority got caught up, you heard? For something. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was a body, a robbery, a drug charge,
something.
You know what I'm saying? You was in jail, big. And they had you up.
Because he introduced that tactical narcotic task force, that TNT.
Yeah.
TNT.
That's right.
Uncle Des, how many times we got caught up with that goddamn TNT?
He took down John Gotti and them niggas. You got to think about it. He was making a run for president early. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't make it.
We got North Carolina in the
he ain't make it, but he was trying to become president. That dude Giuliani.
Well, guess what? Giuliani got his own boot smoke. Karma came back and bit him in his ass.
Yeah, man, he got him out of here, man. But
yeah, smoked his own boot.
He's still chilling somewhere, man. Them niggas, man. Think about how many lives they did dirty, man. Come on, man. They had niggas locked up for petty shit, man. For drug cases. You heard? Come on, man. All the stuff that
a whole lot.
Ain't no bail and none of that stuff now. We wish we had that stuff back in those days, you heard?
That's crazy.
Hey, yo, fam, I got to get off this live, man. I got to get some food in my stomach.
Yo, Tommy, I appreciate you for pulling up, man. You more than
man, there's a respect, Tommy.
Salute, bro.
Peace, L. Peace, L.
Salute.
Mama Mecca.
Blessing.
Peace to the Queen and Big Dice, man. Salute the chat, man. Have a great
night. Blessing. Send my love to the family, bro. Send my love to the family, Tom.
Stay free, man. Stay safe and stay free, my G.
I appreciate it, man.
Salute, people.
Salute.
Salute.
Yo, hit that like button, man. We just had Tommy up here, man. We had an East New York legend in the building.
Shout out to Tommy.
How you feel?
He gave up that real story too, man.
And if
he talked to stuff.
L Famous, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe. Yo, Nikki, do me a favor and put up L Famous handle so everybody can get him right and go over there and subscribe to him. You dig what I'm saying? Big Dice.
Yeah, go subscribe to my boy L Famous, man. Shout out to my boy L.
Yeah, man.
That's my family. She in the building. She see you. She said, Danny Lux. Salute, Queen. We got Trap Buddha in the building from NC.
What's good?
Her name ain't Danny Lux. Uncle Dice. Her name ain't Danny Lux no more. Her name is Cups.
What?
And I ain't calling you Cups because you got a cup. I'm calling you Cups because your pussy stink.
Yo, Cups.
Yo, Dice, yo, how many times you do it a day, man? You go live like 3-4 times a day, right?
Yo, I ain't fucking with both of them. I love you, Danny. I love you, Danny. I love you, Copper. I don't know if you're going live tonight. I ain't fucking with you. You done went crazy. Nah, what I be doing, L, I go live at 7, right? I had a bunch of uploads that they didn't tell me about the uploading and the downloading. So
all right.
I premiered a couple of them. When I first started getting on here, I was doing 3 a day. I got like 11,000 watch hours. I'm at like 615 subscribers, so I'm almost at that monetization. We'll be getting.
Can I get my flowers?
Word up.
Can I get my flowers?
Yo,
you ain't got your 1,000 subscribers yet?
I got 615, y'all?
Yeah, B. Yo, see, I'm telling you, Dice, Dice, you gotta mix it in with some of your stories, man. If you would have put in some of your stories, you'll get people over there because we missing them, man. You heard?
Yo, you know what? Shout out to L Famous, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start dropping on stories on Saturday. Yo, Roski. Yo, pull up for a minute, Roski. Pull up, Roski. I want to ask you something about this porn bombing bullshit. Don't come up here crazy, respectfully. Just pull up right quick. Yo, word up. If I can find out what's going on about this porn bomb nonsense, because you got Mama Mecca about to go crazy. And yo, you got to look out for that shit too, L. The shit is crazy on YouTube. Niggas is going crazy. They porn bomb. Yeah, I don't understand this sick shit, man. This shit is crazy, bro. This is mental illness, man. Like, for real. Like, what makes you get up and say, I'm going to take a picture of somebody else's avatar that's known to be in someone's chat, then come up and remove the avatar and be showing a porno, possibly to get the person straight. Like,
dudes be bugging with them live and the pull up, right? When you pull somebody in, right?
That's why I always say, show me your face before you get up here. Niggas is crazy. They pawned Bob, El Compa last night. They just pawned Bob, Smitty Brim. That's why my man Mano Designs just came in here and told me, yo, these niggas is crazy, Al. These niggas is crazy, bro. Word up.
Yeah, that's why I do a lot of pre-records. I don't really do lives, you heard?
Yeah, that's what we be needing too, Al. We be needing them lives, baby.
Yeah, nah, I know.
You gotta start doing the lives. I'm gonna start doing the stories, man.
Yeah, B.
We need the L Famous story up here too, man.
We need that Brooklyn history from the Big Dice, man. That authentic.
We gotta do this, man.
That authentic. That real Brooklyn history, you heard?
Oh, matter of fact, y'all, I got my OG pulling up.
I heard you.
Do a DCEP story, y'all. I got the
do a premiere
pulling up soon, maybe this week or the beginning of next week. We got all our shit in line. We got some real special cats about to pull up on this platform and give y'all some history about my crew, who I love. Rest in peace to Rumble. Today is his birthday. Rest in peace to Meg.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Rumble. That was one of the that's the motion picture right there, man. I'm talking about. I think you brought a tear to my eye with a few of your joints, B. You heard?
My man,
you know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace, Indian Boy. Rest in peace to Demencio. Rest in peace to Emmett. So many we gotta say. Rest in peace to, man.
Demencio is
proud of us too, I know they proud of us, man.
But another thing that connected me with you, Big Dice, too, was the love that you shared for your mom. You heard? Because it made me have the same similar love that I have for my grandmoms. You know what I'm saying? Like how you said your mom took care of you, dressing and everything, Saks Fifth Avenue and all that. You understand what I'm saying? My grandmother raised me in A&S Mall, Skimmerhoint Street. You heard?
Downtown.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And while all my niggas used to get their clothes from Fordham Road and 3rd Avenue in the Bronx and all that, you know what I'm saying? My grandma was taking me to Hoyt. My grandma was taking me to Hoyt. My grandma was taking me to Hoyt, Skimmerhoint Street. You heard?
Yeah.
Buying me shit, that Bugle Boy and all that. You know what I'm saying? That
right.
You heard? You know.
He took me back to that Bugle Boy, man.
That Bugle Boy, man. You know what I'm saying? Buying me that Bugle Boy and that OP, that Ocean Pacific. You heard?
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That Ocean Pacific.
Store.
You know what I'm saying? And mad stuff. And then I took it from there. You heard? You know what I'm saying? Once A&S closed down, she got the Macy's card. It was over. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So I got that connection from you when you was telling your stories about how your mom used to take care of you with the clothes and all that. It brought me back.
You stay fly though, L. I see you all the time, L. I see you
man.
Oh, that's Big Roski.
Try to stay old school. You heard?
What up?
Yo, Roski, what up, my guy?
Yo, salute to the panel.
Salute, my brother. Salute.
Yo, Yeah. Yo, Dice, what's up, man? What's the
Hold
word,
on,
man?
before you tell me the name,
Salute.
hit me on the DM so you can get my number and I can call you. But let me know what's going on, why everybody running around with this pawn bomb shit, because we don't want to do no crazy shit, but I do want you to call me, bro, on some G shit. But what's going on with this pawn bomb shit?
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna definitely hit you up. I'm gonna on the gram, right?
Yeah, Big Dice Chronicles, hit me up. So you get my number and I'll call you. We can talk.
Yeah, Dice, I need your number too. I need your number too.
L, you got my number, L?
I do. I probably changed. I probably changed my phone. You heard?
You changed your number.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get that to you. I'm gonna make sure. Matter of fact, I'm gonna hit Jay and them. They're gonna get you. Matter of fact, you got my Instagram. Go to the Big Dice Chronicles right now and get my number, man. I send that to you right now.
What's your IG?
The Big Dice Chronicles, the tool, babe, right here. The Big Dice
Chronicles. All right, I got you. I'm gonna get on it. I didn't even know you had an IG.
I only started for this, man. I ain't computer savvy or nothing like that, man.
Nah, I've been had an IG. I fuck with the IG.
Yo, anything else y'all want to ask L Famous before I shut it down, y'all?
Man, L Famous, man, you made it here. And you've been out here for 20 years. Stay the fuck out here, bro. Man, there's a respect to you, King. Blessings.
Yeah, B. That's what's up, man, because it's been a rough 20, man. You know what I'm saying? But freedom is a must. You know how this go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yo, L, like, I love you, man. I appreciate you for blessing the platform, man.
And me and you we gotta do something, man. You heard? We gotta do something, man. We gotta do something, man.
Yo, Jew.
Stay doing what you're doing and stay solid, man, and keep the kids right, man.
Yeah, B.
That's right, brother.
Thanks for the platform, yo, El Combo.
Listen, respect, Al.
You heard?
Blessings, King. That way, bro. Blessings, King. Blessings, Al.
Magnificent Mecca. Salute to you too.
Salute to
Stay
you
up,
too.
sis. You heard?
Always.
That way, bro. Walk slow and talk low, Al. You dig?
Yo, everybody that's in the chat, man, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I want L to stay and watch this outro before we get out of here. Ron Boggs,
shout out to the whole chat.
First class.
Macbeth, love you.
Appreciate you. Artist Morrison, Half, Tebow, New York.
Artist, salute.
BXJ, everybody.
Everybody, salute.
Chief Red Indian, Mano Designs. Yo, everybody that pulled up. Ja Ace, Trap Buddha. Everybody that decided to pull up. Clarice, I love you. Qua, you already know.
Salute. Love you, Clarice.
With me.
Don't trust him.
That means I love y'all. Salute.
Salute, man.
Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything that exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Yo, shout out to my man L Famous in the building. Shout out to Danny Luck. Shout out to Magnificent Mecca. Shout out to the Dread El Compa. Shout out to Artist Morrison. Yo, everybody in here, I appreciate y'all for shout out to Roski, y'all. If y'all ain't subscribed to my man Roski, yo, over here, I don't give a fuck about all that sucker shit, y'all. I'm dead serious. I don't care nothing about none of that sucker shit over here. My man Roski is more than welcome over here. Y'all know Roski known for his controversy. That's why we love him. Tell the truth. We love the nigga for his controversy. You dig what I'm saying? And he more than welcome over here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that YouTube shit. I don't know nothing about none of that shit. Roski from the hood. I appreciate him getting on YouTube to try to do whatever he got to do to take care of his family. I don't care about all the other bullshit people be trying to entertain because that's none of my business. As long as he stay respectful and humble with me, I'm going to do that with my brother because I am my brother's keeper. Yo, City Bama. Yo, Nikki, yo, Half, Magnificent Mecca, L Famous for fucking president. Shout out to my man Thomas Morris, y'all. Shout out to white boy Tommy from East New York that changed his life around, y'all. Yo, what they say, FTC? They gonna think I'm cheating, y'all. Meg Sugar Rush, I see you in the building. Yo, to the porn ball people, I love y'all, man. That mean I made it. Ain't that something y'all trying to get? I'm 615, whatever, and y'all trying to stop the kid because y'all see the growth and y'all see God is around me and God is around everybody that's around us. Somebody had the nerve to tell me, I had to get this off my chest. Somebody had the nerve to tell me respectfully, and I respected his opinion because he said, Dice, now that you have your own channel, check his words out, y'all. Now that you have your own channel, you have your own team to lead. First of all, y'all, I don't lead nobody. Everybody over here bosses. Everybody with Team Guardian is a boss. I mean, a boss by God. I don't give a fuck about no YouTube shit. Shout out to Tube Chronicles. Shout out to New York Nikki. Shout out to Half. Shout out to FTC Vice. Shout out to Magnificent Mecca, a.k.a. Boss Victims. And ain't nothing victim about it. Shout out to Cuba. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to Artist Morris. Shout out to Roski, man. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but y'all decided to come chill over here with me. Start spreading more love, man. We got kids, man, that's going to watch this shit one day in the future. Y'all fail to realize one day we going to leave here. Like on some real shit. Like, pay attention to what I'm saying to y'all. One day we going to leave here. A few people back, they watched a few days ago. I got up here and I understood something as a man, and I reached out to another man that I offended, and I apologized. And I respectfully apologize again because, you know, that's the difference between a child and an adult. See, people fail to realize this YouTube thing is supposed to be something that we were supposed to get up here, express our opinions, hopefully capitalize, hopefully, you know, develop a group or a family of supporters that's going to help us continue to grow on YouTube and hopefully get a message across the world that's going to touch somebody for a betterment, not for a worse. See, that's the difference between me and a lot of things in the world. I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm talking about in the world. The way y'all see me here, you ask anybody that know me, City Bama, tell them, man. City Bama, tell them, you worked with me in the house of Rayford. You came to work every day. We was there every day. The same way y'all see me on YouTube is the same way I am in the world, and I demand respect at all times. Alhamdulillah, because that's what I was taught to give. That's what I was taught to give. I didn't get on YouTube. In my life in the street, you know, I'm 50 years old. I used to laugh because people used to tease me, oh, the old timer and old man, that's a motherfucking fact. Because when I came up, I was told I wouldn't see 16, 21, or 25. Ain't that some shit, y'all? I was told I wouldn't see 16, 21, or 25. When I hit 16, it was like, that was luck. He hit 21, that was luck. Hit 25, 5 and 2 is 7. That's the number of God. See, first of all, it ain't got nothing to do with luck when you're talking about God. When you're talking about God, this has nothing to do with luck. This has something to do with the faith. This has something to do with a total belief. Like me personally, I don't care what nobody else say because I love my God. That's right. I love my God. Inshallah, I love my God. I love the people that God put in my life that's righteous. I got Magnificent Mecca. I got New York Nikki. I got L Famous. Don't fuck with niggas. L Famous don't fuck with niggas, y'all. My man BXJ, he don't fuck with niggas. Nikki don't fuck with people like that, y'all. Have don't fuck with people like that, y'all. My man Black You Now, he don't fuck with people. My man Tube, shout out to Trub. If you know, you know. He don't fuck with people like that. But all these people chose to come to me. All these people chose to come to me wholeheartedly with no disguises and no malicious intent. These people that I named and SMMGs, they came to me from their heart because everybody said, yo, hold up, what the fuck is up with this nigga Dice? Like, is he really the person he's saying he is? I never said once I was no angel. I'm watching that artist tonight. When I get out of here, I'm going to watch that Mark of the Beast. Everybody go over there and watch that Mark of the Beast. I ain't no angel. I've never disguised my face. And unfortunately, I've made some decisions in my life that some people may shun upon me. I'll accept that fate. I'll accept that. Because you don't get judged for your actions. You get judged for your intentions. This is a jewel that's going to fuck y'all up. Every time you go out and buy a car, you contribute to destroying the world because cars produce carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide that comes out that muffler that's distributed in the air has been destroying the ozone layer for years. So you mean to tell me the people that own Ford, the people that own Mercedes-Benz, the people that own Toyota, the people that own Lexus, the people that own Nissan, et cetera, you mean to tell me these are wicked people that are supposed to go to jail? We do know carbon monoxide. If you sit inside of a place and sit up, you can't die. We do know, quote unquote, this is destroying the ozone layer, but people got to do things to survive. When they put them cars together, they didn't put them cars together with the fact that it's going to destroy the ozone layer or possibly hurt the world because of the poison that's coming out of that exhaust system. No, they made that car because they wanted to be more convenient and comfortable for people to travel. You dig? More comfortable and convenient for people to travel from state to state, across the world, from block to block, whatever you feel to do is if it's your plan. That's why I got on YouTube. Didn't get on YouTube to disrespect nobody. Didn't get on YouTube to expose nobody because it's an old time saying, if it don't come out in the wash, it'll come out in the rinse. And me, I consider myself as the wash. So sometimes things are not going to come out because that's not who I am. I let the rinse take care of certain shit. I let the rinse take care of that. My grandmother would say, baby, if it don't come out in the wash, it's going to come out in the rinse. Don't worry about it. Who am I to get up every day and come on this platform that's blessed from who knows? Because we didn't have this opportunity back in the days. Think about it. If the gangsters back in the days that was in the street, that felt somewhat like us and had the elders that directed them somewhat to think like us, what if they would have had platforms to get up here and talk to us or our children? Maybe us and our children wouldn't be so fucked up right now. That's why I bring them gangsters up here, y'all. That's right, you heard me say it. You really want to come to a platform and see some fucking gangsters? Get over here. I ain't talking about no niggas that's bragging about hurting nobody. Anybody can hurt somebody. I'm talking about people that was put in certain situations where they had to defend themselves. Inshallah, they said, your life that God or Allah has given you, you're supposed to be protected at all times by yourself to your last dying breath and will. So if someone's standing in front of you with a weapon or a knife and telling you they're going to take your life, and you stand there and let that person take your life, do you know the punishment you're going to get from your Most High? Because you didn't even fight? Remember Davy and Goliath? Davy was a little frail dude. Goliath was big and strong. He kept fucking with Davy. A few times he fucked with Davy. You know, Davy kept running. And one day Davy said, you know what, this slingshot that I be using to kill these birds and all that shit, this nigga keep fucking with me. I'm gonna hit this nigga in his motherfucking head. He hit him right between his eyes. The nigga died instantly. Instantly. And like my man L Famous said, I'm gonna give him some of that Shotters history from Brooklyn. I'm gonna give y'all a true in-depth story at least once a month on a Saturday night, so we can sit up and go to the movies. Because I just thought about that. When my big OG get up here, he said, it's only one person that can tell your story, Mr. McLeod, and his name is Mandela Wesley. The almighty Starscream, the right-hand man to Meg and Rumble, rest in peace. That's the man that brought me outside. I'm gonna tell y'all a story about my OG. Boy, I can tell you some things, man. Let me tell you something. I can tell you some things, man. But I can't tell you some things, man. I really was raised by some legends. Johnny Greenlee, Ham Hock, Country James, Stokes, Boogeyman Stockton, Ken Davis. Rest in peace, Ringy, the real right from Albany Projects. But Mandela Wesley, If you know his name, ask about him. They called him the Almighty Starscream. I'll tell you the definition of an OG. When I came outside and I told myself I wanted to be this character that I infringed in my mind, my OG, took me to a house party, and he knew that what I was about to experience that night at the house party was going to either do one or two things. What he was hoping that night when he took me to that house party, that I would be terrified to death. And I would run back to my house, to the good family that I come from, and be raised as I was supposed to be. Or it was something else that I could do. I could stand on my 10 toes and start making my mark for who I planned on being. And that's what I did. See, that night when my OG took me to that party, in his mind, he was looking at me like his son. I don't even think he knows. To this day, I look at him like my father. My man Leon know him. To this day, I look at him like my father because he taught me things that my father never taught me. He also taught me, once you step over this line from normal to gangster, you can't go back. It's like an imaginary brick wall. It's like running into something that just won't move. Once you take that gun out in the street and use it, or try to use it, or be successful in using it, you are no longer a civilian. Once you take that knife out in the street and stab somebody, once you go out in the street and rob somebody, once you go out in the street and participate in illegal activity from either way, whether it's selling drugs to jostling, stealing, scamming, you are no longer a civilian. I don't usually get into it, but something just told me to get into it. If y'all let me talk for a minute, I'll get into it. See, there's a civilian and there's a gangster. There are more gangster civilians than there's so-called gangsters in the street. Y'all might not quote what I just said. There are more gangster civilians than there were actual gangsters so-called in the street. Because see, them gangster civilians, they know how to humble themselves and get up every day and go to work. Them gangsters. Let me tell you what a gangster is. A female that's tired, that does everything in her heart to support her man, but because of insecurities within that man, he can't understand this woman is pumping you up to be the strong tire that you're supposed to be, but while she's pumping you up, you deflating her. All you niggas doing that shit to y'all women, it's gonna be a real nigga to come snatch them. And then you're gonna be so mad because that beautiful rose that you didn't pay attention to, you didn't give that oxygen and that water to, that's withering away, that other nigga is gonna start oxygen, which is that good conversation, giving her that water, slapping her on her ass, kissing her, biting her, letting her know how attractive and beautiful she is. And then something's gonna change in her motherfucking heart. She's not gonna feel like that worthless, defenseless person that dedicated her fucking life to you. That's when you're gonna get mad. You know niggas out here get mad at women when they find the next man that loved their children more than they did, because if you loved your woman the way you were supposed to, she would not be with someone else. See, the problem with some men is we got too much pride and we don't want to tell our woman, yo, I'm fucked up. Could you help me with this shit? Because I just can't seem to get it right. But you'll go outside and listen to a dumbass nigga that can't keep a relationship, just like a nigga can't keep a job for 90 days. And you'll take advice for him to take back into your home to poison your situation, because 8 out of 10 of them niggas want to fuck your broad. 8 out of 10 of them niggas can't wait to tell you that you're no longer in that house, and somebody that walked out of that home, that might be her brother, her sister, her uncle, her cousin, she's fucking them. She's fucking him. So now, instead of you sitting back paying attention and taking accountability to the fucked up the shit you did to this beautiful woman, now you're gonna come at her with some more sucker shit. Now you're calling her a hoe and you're accusing her for shit that she's not doing. Don't you know you're destroying the most beautiful thing God ever gave us, and that's the black woman? Most beautiful thing he ever gave us is the black woman. No offense to no other races, but let me tell you something. When a white man makes love to a black woman, that's a black child. When a black man make love to a white woman, the ethnicity is a black child. When a black man make love to a Mexican woman, Chinese, Australian, European, etc., the ethnicity is a black child. All that mixed shit y'all be talking about is for the fucking birds. The ethnicity is black. So y'all can't tell me the most powerful and most beautiful thing a woman God ever created is a black woman. A woman is so special, but a black woman? That same woman to watch you sit up in the crib all week and don't contribute nothing to that household, not to her happiness, not to your children's security, not to the finances, and still make love to your nothing ass because she wants to make you feel like a fucking man, no matter how nasty or disrespected or insulting she feels. That's why I bring gangsters up here. You heard my man Tommy said he was blessed with what? A career of training people how to be fit. But the most blessing he said he got besides his freedom is his woman. Did y'all hear him say that? And that's a gangster that was convicted for 2 murders. You heard what he said his most precious blessing was? His woman. Yeah, when we gonna stop killing each other, y'all? When we gonna stop disrespecting each other? I thought I did something right by showing by example what it is to say I'm sorry without giving a fuck about any repercussion I got. I don't care if somebody took it and put it on a reel and said, look at this dude saying he's sorry. I don't care because I meant it. Alhamdulillah. And my God knows this. My God knows this. There's nothing wrong with saying if you know you offended somebody, even if you didn't mean to, what's wrong with saying I'm sorry? And then what's up with talking about people, kids? Do you know somebody will kill you over their children? Do you know you say something about a woman, she will goddamn kill you and go to jail and never do a day in jail? They'll give us some type of psychiatric snap because women got the right to go into fence because they're like the what? The mother cub of their what? The mother bear of their cubs, a woman to kill you over her child. So imagine how a man that really cares about his child. I ain't talking about no deadbeat dad, the nigga that just dropped the seed off and just don't care. I'm talking about a man that cares about the nourishment and the growth of his child. Do you know he'll kill you over his child? Then some people choose to just use the platform that they know it might be 1 or 2 people watching, but them 1 or 2 people are going to talk about what they saw. Don't you understand? The big crowds come around for the disrespect. Y'all don't pay attention to that, but the strong, solid crowds come around for the love. What's wrong with loving? What's wrong with loving? Do you know a person will paint a picture of you just because of a glow that you got on you, and they're so scared that people that they confused and painted a picture for in front of them people that they gravitated to that fake character? Them people gonna stop looking at that fakeness and they gonna gravitate to you. Don't you know that's why people gonna paint them pictures on you? So all them people out there that went through that, Big Dice loves you. For all them people out there that showed their loyalty and their respect and it wasn't reciprocated, for all them nights you cried over that shit, I love you. I was there. Bad feeling. Very bad feeling. Very bad feeling. To all them women that cooked that food for that nigga that came in the crib and he didn't even have the decency to say thank you. I know your pain. I told a young lady today, I said, I appreciate you and I love you. Y'all know what the young lady said to me? She said, Dice, I needed that. I ain't hear that in a long time. So all y'all dudes out there, they got a woman that's putting up with your bullshit and your nasty ass attitudes. You know, text them every now and then. If you don't have the heart to express it out your mouth, let that woman know you love her. Let that woman know that you love her, because if you lose her, it's going to destroy your life. It's going to destroy every happiness about you. All them friends that you used to hang out with at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning in the pool hall, smoking weed, everybody crib and all that. That shit is going to become miserable because you no longer have anything to go home to. You know, I'd rather be in the street homeless with somebody that loved me before I'd rather be in a big mansion with someone I wouldn't want to sit in the same room with. A lot of people don't understand what that means. I'd rather be dead homeless in the street, walking around, trying to struggle every day to make somewhere to eat and somewhere to live, with someone I know genuinely loves me and supports me for who I am as a person, not because of our situation. How the fuck can you love someone because of a situation, especially pertaining to finance? How could you stop loving somebody because they may have got hurt? Because they may have went through a period of depression and they lost themselves. Well, ain't we supposed to be there to support each other? Whatever happened to saying, yo, check this out. Let's talk for a minute. There's something going on in this energy ain't right. Instead of talking at someone, talk to them. Like, this energy ain't right. I know something is going off with your vibe. My shit been a little off. Yo, let's sit down and talk, man. Roll up a spliff, roll up a glass of wine. Talk to each other. Write down on a piece of paper certain things that's upsetting you about your loved one, and have them write things down on a piece of paper that's upsetting them about you, for it won't be no argument if y'all feel as though y'all not at the point where y'all communicate. Communication level is not to the point of no disrespect. Write it down on a piece of paper. See, but when you're writing it down on a piece of paper, you have time to sit and think about what you're saying, and you can word it correctly instead of being abrupt, loud, disrespectful, and vulgar, and saying things rational out of your mouth because of a heated moment. Because that's how you hurt people's feelings. Then you want to run back and say, I'm sorry. I've been there, y'all. Some things you say to people, even if they forgive you, it's so hard to even imagine that you said it to that person. Be real. Love everybody around you. Make sure everybody around you is genuinely loving you. And to everybody in the chat, respectfully, if ain't nobody tell you you're special, you're special. If ain't nobody ain't tell you the one, you the one. So all the women, if ain't nobody told you how important you are and you're loved, I love you with all my heart. Until the next time. Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything that exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?